excited. It's crazy late night stream. It's like 11 p.m. for me, but I wanted to do it on the whim, but I'm gonna see if I can get through halfway through this. But today I'll be playing SALVUS ARIES. I'm excited because I want to play it again, at least stream it myself, and then I did get early access on March 27th for the full game, so I'm excited. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna see if I can try to finish it in all in one go. We'll see. But basically, I want to read the Steam page. Oh. There we go. So the Steam page is a mature slice of death and adventure fantasy ultimate. A visual novel that begins at a bad ending. A little bit about it, about the game. A story that begins with the MC meeting her bad end at the chopping block. You can only go uphill from here, right? It's such a good game. It's such a good game. So I want others people to experience it as well. Waking up after a long stay in the purgatory that she remembers nothing about, she learns that the rest of her sentence is to serve as a reaper until the power above have decided she paid off her sins. Through her journey after death as a reaper, she'll seek out the empty gaps in her memories, reconcile her past with her present. Everyone has something to hide, and unfortunately for them, she's the type to seek out the answers. But the biggest challenge for the crew will be save her. Oh, I can't read. The biggest challenge for the crew will be to save her from herself, or they might all just get one ticket to hell. Like, ooh! When I first played it myself, I was like, okay, I might be shallow for this. The type of guys that I like when it comes to games, animes, or stuff like that, I usually the glasses type. I don't know why, but that's my type. And so I probably started playing Ultimate games, I want to say maybe around middle school. I would say my first one was Mystic Messenger. That was like my gateway through Ultimate games. But then like before, we didn't have like Switches and stuff like that. We had like DS's, and I remember like downloading some like Ultimate games on my phone. Let me see if I can find some. I mentioned this a while back on stream. I have to like scroll way down. I used to play a lot of Voltage games on the app on my phone. Like my favorite all-time like mobile Ultimate game is like Several Shades of S. Good game. And then there is I believe it's called My Cinderella Story ? And of course, Amnesia, Kent's Route. Oh my god, it's my favorite. Overall, I've always liked visual novels. I've always liked Ultimate games, but recently more so last year, and then more this year, I want to start playing them a lot more to get people into like playing them, because they're really fun. And you know what? It beats real people out there. But yeah, I'm gonna get started because it's really late and I want to get as far as I can with this game, because I want, and then if I don't finish it today, maybe I'll stream it the rest tomorrow. But hopefully, if I can power through playing it, then I will. Okay. But thank you. Oh, I forgot to mention let me pull up their Twitter. Kohi, thank you for the code. So once March 27th, I'm gonna stream SALVUS of ARIES. I'm ready. Like, there's so many characters that I want to hear their voice for, and I'm like, oh, they got peak voice actors for this game, and I'm like, I'm so excited. But Kohi, thank you for the I forgot what was it called. I wouldn't say code, but it's something like a code. And then the game is by Rosemilk Studio, so you check out their page. The link for the game to add to your wish list is gonna be in the pin. So if you want to check it out, put it on your wish list. I guarantee you will not regret it. There's lots of pretty men. It's really good, trust me. I don't know if I'll go the same route as I did or choose a different boy this route. I'm gonna self-insert because that's just me. I self-insert in anything that I can. That's just me. I'm more of like the Dululu is the Salulu. It's okay. Self-insert. I'm sorry. And the music is like the opening music was amazing. It was the day of my execution. The footsteps down the hallway came closer towards my cell. I had already been given my final meal, so this could only mean one thing. That time has already come. Public executions were rare, though the gruesome affairs had once entertained the masses in the past. No longer were they welcomed. Or so I thought. Perhaps I was a special exception. Since I was a woman that was particularly loathsome, especially despisable. At least, that is what I've led everyone to believe, unintentionally or otherwise. I had been the target of much hatred even before I laid claim to the ruthless deed that had left this town torn apart. To be fair, they saw me as the culprit and all of this was deserved. I can't say my hands were entirely clean either. Even if I did not turn myself in, though the results mayhaps would have been the same. At least this way I could. I'm not gonna voice act because it's way late at night. I'm gonna mess up my voice. Miss Miao. The guard greeted me grimly. One of the few people that is still treated me respectfully. My one friend here. I thought he would pretend to not know me, but he was the one to ask what I wished for my last meal. We had often bantered with each other in town, or what this town was before.
It's the perfect day for a beheading, don't you think?
I'm gonna be honest, I've never played an Ultim game, or actually that's a lie. Reset. I played an Ultim game. I've never had an Ultim game have a voiced MC, which I think is pretty neat for this. Miss, I hope the trash they would throw at me wouldn't smell too bad.
Miss Aina, it's time to go.
His countenance was supposed to be smooth, but pity and resignation were etched in the way his eyebrows furrowed and mouth sagged. He was young, only 17. Why did it give him such a task to someone so young? Disgusted, hatred, happiness. For those who did like me, their eyebrow did not crease, as if expecting this very outcome. The few who did not despise me hated the path I walked on. And those who did were full of glee, the ones that were still alive anyway. I've seen those eyes countless times in the past year, as they warned me to keep my head down and keep quiet. Countless warnings I did not heed. Just look straight ahead, miss.
You're a little too young for this, aren't you?
You're not much older.
What do you mean? I got a whole 4 years on you. I'm an adult.
Like, she's so sweet. She's like, I'm an adult. even through all this. Well, I tried to lighten the mood, despite the very morbid end that was awaiting me. The crowd's whispers turns into jeers. Cole.
You've brought nothing but doom to this town!
I was pelted by what smuttered like rotten food, despite the urge to heave. I maintained my countenance to remain the calmest it could ever be. I wanted to keep my dignity to the end, whatever was left of it. There wasn't much food to throw, since we had cut the supply routes.
Ouch!
So they threw rocks instead.
Hey, one scratch gets on us and you'll be in the jail next.
Next, huh? I smiled, and I could see him wince.
Sorry?
He whispered me in a hush.
It's alright. You're not wrong.
No, her sprite. She looks sad now. Oh, I wanted to match the MC, so I have white hair instead of my normal black hair. So I wanted to match. You're really defending a traitor like her?
I'm next to her, you idiot!
Ew, I want to spoil it, but like, okay, God, it's just so good. Just so good. This was necessary, I told myself. It was what I signed up for. It was for the sake of the nation. It would eventually pay off, even if I would not be around to witness it. No matter how calm I tried to be, though I could not control the lurching in my stomach. I knew this would come, but I was terrified to the core. Death was coming, yet I still could not fathom that I would be gone in just a short while. But more than that, I longed for what I would be leaving behind. Felix, come on! Sorry. My family, my favorite bread, fresh from the bakery, crispy and fluffy. I could never taste it again. After everything, I was thinking about bread bringing me to tears. My last moments on Earth, and my mouth is watering. I asked for one last loaf for my final meal, but the flavor was not what it always has been. I try to remember the taste I once cherished, but better than the bread was the people that I shared it with. So that's why my heart hurts. The guard brought me to the sharp halt. I thought my execution would be done in the middle of the town. Despite the burnt, indistinct rubble, I knew exactly where this was. A cruel estate that was the source of my... what troubles. Of course, they met their demise. He made sure of it, and this is why I was here. His sins were greater than my own, but if he was the one that forged the path, I was the one who paved it. I laughed as I looked up at the burning sky. Someone thought this was the perfect place for me to die. Would my grave be here as well? Or would they even bother burying my body? I'm sorry. His voice was barely a whisper. I shook my head. There was nothing he could have done.
Thank you.
For being with me at the end. At least my death wouldn't be a lonely one. Someone covered my head with a sack. A final mercy. I didn't have to look at the blade that would take my life. I hope Felix can have some bread tonight. I pray that it is warm. I hope he will carry on our work and see our dreams through.
Please don't miss me too much.
Oh, how do you go back? How do you go back? Huh? Oh, I can't go back. So cute. It's so pretty, the art. She's so cute. The pet hair. I was eyeing him, the eye. Oh, yes, my boy. Oh, I like this. It's so pretty. The art is so pretty. No, I remember everything now. It makes me sad again. It's such a good game. My god, they're all peak in their design. All peak. I'm excited. One second. After that, it was as though I was trying to study a painting through a net. What a shame. Someone so young and bright. Or pity. Why did everyone pity me? I knew what I was getting into. My head hurt. I stepped forward. I still had a body. Could not see it. I could only trust my footfalls would take me to a destination. The light grew brighter.
Is there no way to reconsider?
You forget that this is more in your power than mine. I've done what I could.
I will not back down.
Arguing. Stop arguing. I think it's about me. I wish someone would tell me what's going on. It's like someone is flipping pages of a book. My own life was but a chapter, like ink on a page long disintegrated. Faces along the way, like new characters. A hand reached out to me. Are you sure you wish to do this? There would be a price to pay. I cannot help you. What did I agree to? This was just a memory, wasn't it? Still, I could barely remember anything. My head hurts. It hurts.
It hurts! It hurts!
It's good. Good, good. It hurts.
Make it stop! Please!
I begged to any entity that would listen to me. My heart, the whole entire being throbbed in pain for what felt like an eternity. And as sudden as it started, it was over. I was at peace. The loneliness never left me, but it was distant. The searing pain that tore my heart felt like a separated entity, as if it floated next to me. It was a dull ache that didn't consume me, but didn't leave me either. Is this what happened after death? Where am I going?
I'm sleepy.
Time was an endless stretch. All the voices that swirled in my head soon faded away. Sometimes the same memories visited me again and again. Each time they grew more distant. And then I finally fell into a dreamless state. I think I slept for a very long time. Wake up. There's some people waiting for you. Come on, follow me.
Who are you?
Come on, Sleeping Beauty. You can ask questions later. My eyes were still entirely bleary, but I regained enough control of limbs to reach out to her. She took my hand. The warmth of her touch grounded me enough to walk forward and through another door. God, I love ultimate games. The settings are so good. Maybe I should finish it was Toma's route in Amnesia. I should pick that up again. This time, I could feel everything. My feet were firmly planted on the ground. When I stretched out my hands, I could see them, every finger. I touched my neck to find it was still attached. A young woman guided me through a long hallway. She baited me to sit down. A few minutes later, she handed me a drink. I believe this is coffee. I have mostly drank tea in my life, though. It is sweeter than I remember, quite chilly too. How long has it been since something has passed my lips? Just a few days ago, but it feels like it's been a lifetime. Actually, no, several lifetimes. My head was pounding, so I focused on the drink to steady myself. Where am I anyway? I heard loud footsteps. Loquacious group approaching me. Sounds of bickering and a few exasperated sighs reached my ears. Oh, I have been in crowds aplenty. This one felt overbearing, more so than the last one I faced, and they pelted me. Girl! I haven't heard such noise in a century. That one cat meme with the tongue sticking out and like shaking his head, that's me. Oh, I have flashbacks. Okay. You'll see why I have flashbacks to... Let me pull it up. It's the... I believe it's called the Cinderella contract. Let me see. Is it the Cinderella contract? The fucked up thing about this is that you can date... what is his name? Okay, Flash, I will always remember this. So, oh my god, these CGs. So you can date a guy named Creole, and he has a father. And so there's this one special event where you can, there's an option where you can go for his dad instead, and you know I picked this. And there was like this spicy scene with the dad. I was like, whoa. I remember that was in high school that I played this game. And I was like, where is it? He likes a family, okay? I'm like a family man. It's so stupid. I'm so stupid. I believe his name was Crow. Hold up. Let me see. Cause I got flashbacks. Okay. So I'm gonna show you the sun first. It's gonna be like not a very good quality photo, but let me save image as, and then I'll show you his dad. Oh wait, no wait, there you go, there you go, there you go. If I could, I'd recommend, I don't even know if you can still, I think you can still play it on the App Store. This game I will always bring up. But let me, this is why I get triggered with eye patch men. Okay, it's either eye patches or glasses. Okay. Do you see it? Do you see it? I fuck with this heavily. I wanted to choose, I wanted to choose him too the first time going around. But this is this game is called the Cinderella Contract. You date Quirrell? I think that's how you pronounce his name. But there's an option where there's like a choice where there's like a special section for his dad. And I recommend playing it. Very good. It's like an old game that you like grind like points for, and to get like points, like clothing items for your like little MC, and that's how you would unlock like different you'll unlock different not stories, like unlock chapters for them. So that's how you would unlock chapters. You would have to grind like points based off your outfits, and then you'll go against people, and that's how you gain more points. Oh my god, back in the day, oh my god, I will still play it if I could. I have money now, so I'd be able to like buy all the points and make my character all bougie and everything. But yeah, I like him. I have a thing also for like the little ponytail. The eye patch, he's so ooh. Yeah, super late stream. I probably won't be going on forever. Well, look at Jerry! Super hot man! Yes! I'm playing SALVUS ARIES. I got access code for March 27, so I recommend playing. They're super hot men in here. Oh my god. I feel like I'd probably know who's your type, but you know, I'm not gonna say. But he's cute. I like him. Oh my god, I'm just like I like ultimate games. Like, dude, it's one thing that I'd like to bond over with people. It's either that, or I'll be like, this is how I test the waters with people. It's like, oh, do you know this? Do you know this anime? And then I'm like, okay, do you know this game? Please. I wanted to invite you. I wanted to invite you, but I know it was super late, so I didn't want to bother you. Cause I wanted you to experience it. Cause I remember that one time I showed you, I showed you the playthrough where that scene with Felix, and I was like, it's just got about to get heavy. But yeah, it's late for you. I didn't want to bother you. I was like, I'm gonna solo this stream.
Consider us your welcoming committee.
That's my man right there! It's my man! Thank you, Cherry. That's Cam. That's my man. Don't judge me. I'm a freak in its own way. I can't.
Congratulations, you're dead. Welcome to the afterlife.
I like him too. I want to choose him. Rude guy. Oh no! I remember hating him! But not in a bad way, but just like me, it's like, I'm like, And then towards the end, I was like, man, fuck, I like you. It was like that. It was that type of relationship. It's like, man, I fucking hate you. And then towards the end, it's like, oh, god damn it, you rubbed off on me. Well, I wasn't very welcoming at all.
I'm dead?
No! Okay, well... I wouldn't say he's... Maybe I'm just coping and thinking he's not toxic. But... I don't know. Maybe I'm the toxic one and he's stuck with me. Why was that surprising? My head got chopped off. All my memories after that were practically fuzzy, but I recalled that. Particularly fuzzy, but I recalled that much. I suppose these things take some time to get used to. I should be grateful that I was on my own 2 feet again. Wait, I knew it. Why are you so surprised then? Well, I suppose I didn't know what to expect afterwards. Death is a shocking thing, you know. You had quite a while to get used to the whole idea. I have? How does one get used to being dead in a few days? Or it could have been longer. This was a pain. I peered around them hoping to see a door to heaven. Hopefully it was heaven. I know I did some bad things, but they wouldn't put me in hell, right? So where are we going? The men all looked at each other. If you pretty man. Which one of you would do the honors? Oh, not me. I like him. I'm not good with these things. I'm not qualified to. Are you not the boss, Cam? Cam pretended to not to hear this. How about we draw straws? If it's such a hassle to tell me where to go, then I'll go find someone else to tell me. Where's the nice woman who gave me the coffee? Lilia? The bespectacled man named Calm snorted. She's the last person you want to ask. You get a summary that tells you nothing you need to know, and get yourself in trouble. Well, even more trouble. Oh no. You're sending me to hell, aren't you? It's okay. I go to hell with a sexy man. You never know. I go.
Oh. I'm in trouble? I have to go down there.
I like how she does it down there. The last part came out in a whisper despite my attempts to keep my voice steady. I looked at the floor expecting it to swallow me whole. Luckily for you, you escaped that fate. Thank goodness. But there's a price and a punishment. His grin did not match. Oh, I mean, he doesn't seem very nice. Or yes, you're frightening her. I believe we should begin with introductions. Good at you, doing a better job than our leader. Zaf? How do you pronounce that? Not your leader. You're the highest rank. Exact. How would you pronounce that? I feel more like a father trying to rein in troublesome brats. Thanks, Pops. Never knew what it's like to have. Oh. Anyways.
I am Kame Aster. It is a pleasure to finally meet you.
Let me be delusional! It's the pose too. It's the pose. Oh my goodness. How do can I like tab it where you can see the, oh no! Did I mess up? Oh shit. I think I skipped it forward. Oh wait, I didn't. Oh, I did. I did. Oh no! How do I go back? I need to go back. Shit. Can I go? Let me actually log. Options. We'll quit. Let's see if it loads my quick save. Oh no, wait, this one's wrong. I'm blind. I think I have to go through it again. That was my— I need to start saving. Sometimes I just like save games. Like randomly. It's like a horrible thing. Yes. Let's skip. Oh my god. I need to stop touching stuff. Oh my god. I wanted to hear the boy's voice. Oh, fuck. I even skipped more. Oh! Okay, well now I have to do it all again. Fuck. Okay. Miao. Because we like to self-insert. I believe they're like 5 chapters.
Is there no way to reconsider?
You forget that this is more in your...
Take hand, take.
It hurts! Make it.
Okay.
I
I don't want to skip too much.
Who are
Okay. Let me save before I... These are my other saves from like last year. Because I was locked in playing this. I think it took me like 2 days to finish it. I think I could have finished in 1 day, but I was like, wee. But I like the sprites. The sprites like changing frequently.
Congrats.
I love men. Ultimate men. But I love women. I love men and women. Okay. Do.
Oh.
Okay, we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there.
I am...
Okay. Finally! He held his hand out for a handshake. This is the proper human formality, correct? Human? Well, I usually curtsy. I quickly took it and mimicked his gesture, although it felt quite awkward as it was gestures I witnessed mostly among knights. She's from an earlier time period, remember? Ah, yes. What?
Name's Zafan. Up top.
Stefan. There we go. Stefan. That's hard. Stefan. He raised a hand and waved back at him. Stefan. Don't mess with her already. You just said... Sorry. He interrupted and gave me a smooth wink. I was trying to give you a high five. Didn't mean to confuse you. He ruffled my hair and stood back to pass the baton to the next man.
I am Valafar.
Valfor. He bowed politely and returned the gesture with the courtesy.
Aureus.
Arias. Oh, I don't know, man. Fuck. He made no such movements. He's like the type to be cold, and then like once you guys start building that bond and everything, that's when he's nice to you. But he's not gonna let others know that. Ouch. Cold reception? You feeling shy? Hush. Nice to meet you too.
I am Sair, an angel.
Sair. As if to prove it, he floated into the air for a few moments. What a show off. Wow, a real angel. Don't tell me you're believing him so easily. I ignored. Do you have wings and feathers? He hesitated for a moment before answering. Only on special occasions they can get in the way. How? I want to see. Hit perhaps some other time. Reapers are cooler. We have powers too. His tone felt rather petulant. Wait a minute. The human comment from before stuck out. Are you all Reapers? Is it so shocking? You should believe that man is an angel. Sire smiled at me, certainly. Yes, well, I mean, I did not have a good answer, so I decided to ignore those statements altogether.
So, if you're Reapers, are you the ones that brought me to the other side?
Correct. Although you have been on the other side for quite a while. Now, do you not remember? I don't. Was it Lilia who caught me? I just came through this door. She got you from Purgatory, but she doesn't do any reaping herself. You can say she's a bit of a complicated case. Oh? A story for another time. Come on, you two stay on topic. Do you not remember your stay in Purgatory? I was in Purgatory? I did not recall this. Oh wait. Did I? All those voices. The people I saw on my way here. I thought I was hallucinating. Have you recalled? I'm afraid it's mostly a blur. I remember some voices, seeing some people pass by. I remember sitting on a bench under a tree. Long paths. And I think I talked to people sometimes.
Nothing more specific?
No, I'm sorry. For some reason, he seemed agitated. I felt bad about having to disappoint him. What's gotten into you, sire? You're usually the picture of serenity. How about we move to the lounge? He indicated with a jerk of his head at the curious onlookers. Currently, only overtime workers are at the office, so we have this place to ourselves. What a strange area. I walked up to this giant box holding little round objects. What is this? A vending machine. That's where your coffee came from. You put your phone against the black part and you select with these buttons, and it'll give you a drink. He demonstrated by getting himself a coffee, just like mine. You see why? Wait, you see? Why does it look like your eyes are going to fall out of your head? Sorcery. Sorcery. It bogged my mind. How could a box know what you wanted? How could it return an object? Perhaps you can think on it another time. Yeah, we're here to talk about your time in Purg. What do you remember? Well, the last thing I really remember was getting my head chopped off. ARIES winced. I remember it really hurt at the time, but it feels like that was so long ago. How long have I been dead for? Whoosh. Wow, we must check the records. I'd say 300 years. Along. Guys flinched at the sudden increase in volume. Sorry. I wonder if it was many lifetimes away. I really feel like I aged. Despite your lost memory? I nodded. Yes, I know I only bits and pieces, but I feel something weighing down my heart. Maybe over time I can remember why I feel this way.
It is peculiar that you remember your human life, yet not your time in the afterlife. Usually it is in reverse.
You're just a weird one. Thanks. Oh no, that simply livens things up all the more. I suppose it is up to me to explain why you're here, what you must do, and where you should go. You have served most of your sentence in purgatory. However, you are to work indefinitely as a reaper until some conditions are satisfied. What are those conditions? I cannot say. Oh, why not? Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. I love that scene. Arias rolls his eyes and turned. I might choose him for my second route of going through this. Arias, I'm gonna be toxic. I'm gonna be toxic. I laughed to myself. It was a banter that I often used to have with my best friend. Of course, Arias did not seem to be willing a partner. Wait. Felix. Wait, my best friend, Felix. 300 years had passed then. That meant he was gone, too now. Hi, Riv. Hello. No matter what he did, he was my closest friend. He was my other half. This is my second playthrough of the game. Because I got early access for March the 27th. So I'll be playing that version of the game on the 27th. So I wanted to like refresh my mind, but at least I remember everything so clearly now and it hurts my heart. But at least I didn't play this one. I didn't play the first time on stream, so I want to play at least the second time on stream. But there were more pressing matters at hand, so I would have to wallow in my sorrow later. I could not tell you the conditions because I do not know. You are to serve your sentence until the power above had decided otherwise.
I thought you guys are the powers above.
Or the powers below, except Sire, who is technically from above, but he doesn't have much weight either.
'Tis true. The powers above are much higher than I am.
I remember what happened to the Sire, and I got sad. And then I remember the flashbacks with Felix. I booted up the game. I was like, oh god, I'm living the trauma again. So if we are below this... hell? No, you were spared from that, remember? Keep up.
And hell doesn't have coffee.
What exactly is my sentence for? Have I been that bad? I took my first choice in route was Kayam? I think that's how you pronounce it. The one in the middle. I'm a sucker for glasses, man. I'm a, if I could pull up the men that I like in anime ultimate games, they're almost all wearing glasses. Yukio from Blue Exorcist, that was my first crush. My first anime crush. Kent from Amnesia. Sisiyama from Haiku. Who else? Who else? Oh my god. I don't want to remember. The men all exchange Oh my god. I can't believe him. I do have type. Yes, you took the fall for an Write that down, write that down! I could not deny that. Although he was doing some bad things, I did not find him evil in the slightest. This did not seem to be the time to contest that. And the results were catastrophic, almost world-ending. Calamity before all this. I promise you, I can read. Disasters. Yes, thank you. Get the message. Hold on. I thought things would get better if I... Oh no. No. Miss, frankly speaking, everything went to shit. You sacrificed yourself for the crimes of that man. In turn, he ravaged the world. What? It's the last thing I could have ever expected to hear. Angered by your death, he decided to wage war against the country, as well as the neighboring lands. What? What did you expect? He was a wrathful man. You witnessed that before your death as well, correct? It was justified. We wanted to change the country. Well, you changed it, alright.
I meant for the better, not for the worse. What happened?
You enabled a terrible man, even before you misguided... Atari? You encouraged him in his sins. Oh, I'm getting flashbacks now. I don't want to remember. If I could, I'd memory wipe it so I could play this game like from the get-go. Alright. I understand. This is because I was his partner, right? The powers above decided that enablement of a sinner is also a sin. Especially in this case of your final act. Hundreds and thousands of lives were forfeited. Yours truly had to be involved too. Safin pointed at himself with a grim expression. You can come back to that later. Valfar cut him off before he could begin his tale. Deflated, Safin pounded, but did not protest. All because of what he did? Oh, that's not entirely true. Oh? You're right. I did enable him. Instead of telling him to rein himself in, I encouraged him. But I thought he knew best, so I never disagreed with him. I just aided him in the pursuit of his... No, our goals. I thought if I limited myself to a certain extent, my hands wouldn't be dirtied, but if he was the one to administer the poison, then I was the one that brewed it.
And if I could give my life for him to continue on his path, our path, then it would all be okay.
I'm pissed off we can't romance Felix, what the fuck? I gladly done so in the end. I rubbed my neck where the axe had fallen. I should have seen it all coming. If it makes you feel better, you weren't the only one punished. There are others who suffered greatly. This doesn't make me feel better at all. That just makes it worse. I'm not some cruel person. Or hope I'm not. At least you aren't going to hell, so long as you fulfill your work. And what if I don't want to?
Hell is not a fun place. Do you want a taste of it?
That's where the bastard went. Your disgusting friend. I mean... I'll go with him. His eyes narrowed, and for a moment I could see the flames of hell in his pupils. No, that's okay. So Felix ended up there. All he did was for nothing. His choices after my passing were ultimately his own. But was it my fault? I was a catalyst, wasn't I? Maybe I should go down there after all. So if you could read my thoughts, Cam gently put a hand on my shoulder. ARIES. He rebuked the sharp man while giving my shoulder a comforting squeeze. He didn't apologize, making Cal sign, but he didn't press the matter. Just know that your sentencing is beyond our power. Apologies if you feel wronged, but this is how it is in the afterlife. I wish there was a way I could appeal it. I mean, I've already been in purgatory, right? Correct. Although you didn't have too much to purge, so you've been sleeping for most of your duration there. What do you mean? Well, thanks to you and your friend turned tyrant king, there was a lot on everyone's agendas. So you slipped our radar. What's our radar? Think of it as something that escaped everyone noticed for now. Man, they really left you sleeping too long. So I was forgotten. Our apologies. There was an awkward moment of silence. I definitely could tell there was things they weren't telling me. But in the truth, I needed time to process all of this. I not how long as I understood all that they told me, but I felt that it had yet to sink in. You should get some rest. It is as if he read my mind. Yes. While you have quite the slumber, I believe you do need some time to think. We set up a cool room just for you. You knew I'd be coming? We are your welcoming committee, after all. Of course, we had to do some preparations. Lilia helped you. She said I taste sucked. Oh, well, I'll be sure to thank her. Yeah, they said she's lazy and troublesome, but the girl's been nice to me so far. Although this coffee is cold, the warmth it gave my heart was something I felt nostalgic for. I held on to it tightly as we exited the office and made for the place that would be my new home. I was terrified out of my mind. We were inside of a strange contraption. Girl, you would have caught. They locked her up too bad she doesn't even know what anything is. But it's kind of funny seeing them dressed up and then they're inside a car. It's just like... He had said that, yet there was no horses and it moved of its own accord. Sorcery. I love it. Sorcery. And to make it worse, it moved quickly. Would you like to hold my hand? Sarah sat to my right and Sapphin to my left. I was sandwiched between them, squished like a child hiding inside a cupboard. Sexual destroy cam see otherwise. ARIES was sitting in front, staring out the window. Kayam, who was driving the bizarre vehicle, huffed a languished sigh as he spun the wheel.
I would prefer that not happen, if you don't mind.
Or else I may switch cars with one or the other. Certainly you wouldn't dare take mine. You should have gone with Valfar then, or brought your own. I didn't realize that I had a death grip on the leather seats. My nails had been digging in, and my knuckles had gone white. I held the angel's hand while I was still in fear for my life. Non-life, he was positively delighted.
You can hold my hand too.
I took him up on the offer. My strength was divided between holding each hand. Please do not be so anxious. You're a Reaper now. Can't die again that easily. Doesn't mean she can be reckless. Well, yeah, but she doesn't have to be nervous wreck either. Try looking out the window. I'm sure this will be all new to you. This place is called Stasis. It's got a lot to do. Thanks to everything we borrowed from the human world. braved a glance outside. It was bizarre. Gone were the structures I had grown up with, or the rubble it had become. Instead were looming buildings with bright lights. Cool, isn't it? The purgatory humans helped us design this place. Angels come down here to frolic, so a lot of time is always put into construction. Up where we come from, there's a little in entertainment, though they make the best alcohol. So many questions. The purgatory humans? Purgatory is a place where humans purge their sins before they go to heaven. So, am I going to heaven?
You are a special case.
I like his voice. His voice is so soft. It's so like soft boy vibes. I like soft boys. They're cute. Cause then I can bully them.
You stirred up so much trouble they didn't know what to do with you.
That's why they left you in there for so long. Anyways, rather than just wander around in the purg, the ones with skills can just serve their sentence here. Now and then you get humans that work here before going to heaven. Or even come down from heaven now and then. So I didn't have any skills? That's not the case, but rather you were assessed to be a danger. What? Who am I a danger to? Yourself and the millions of people. Point taken, but I'm not that reckless. Oyer scoffs. And I'm here now, aren't I? Under strict supervision, our heads are on the line. Really? Don't toe out of line. But she has matured from state in purgatory. You may have forgotten your memories, but do you truly feel like the same person? I so felt heavier. Things were still foggy, and I barely had time to think here. I think I have changed. I just need to figure out how. Hopefully it's for the better. Oi, ease up, will ya? Never seen you be this much of a dick. Don't listen to him. He was in charge of making sure you'd get here safe and sound. Bullshit. Y'all just wouldn't stop talking about her. How come you all know me? I appreciate the help, but is there a reason you're looking out for me? Let's just say a series of events had led to us being responsible for you.
So if you mess up, we all die.
Zafon, please. It would be a worthy death.
Eh? No, I don't want anyone dying for me. Besides, aren't we already dead? Yet you died for another so easily. Anyways, while humans and things that normally hurt humans can't fatally harm us, others' power can. Keep that in mind. Alright. At last we were free from the nightmarish ride. I was sitting in my brand new room. Although the structures I've seen so far have been unfamiliar, this was close to my old quarters. I feel like home. Is this on purpose? They told me to stay out of the kitchen for now and to just ask them if I needed any help, since there would be a machinery I did not yet know how to operate. I was given this watch thing to contact them, but how could that possibly work? Sorcery. As I started tapping on the surface, something appeared on the screen, and the watch began to make noise. After several moments of deliberation, I tapped it. Hey, are you suddenly in? Yeah! Ah! Activate an infernal device and a shadow replaced the sound of his voice. I shouldn't have done that, I think. Sorcery. The next day. Here, I'll teach you how to use it. While the device was sturdy, the screen itself needed some repairs. The men were shocked at my strength, though Lilia praised me until Cam shooed her out. So Zafin was here with a case of tools. Probably should have taught you in the first place. It would mean less work on our hands. Yesterday. After I tossed the infernal device away from me as far as I could, it thumped against the wall and fell to the floor with a spectacular shatter.
Foul creation!
I climbed up on the counter and looked for some sort of weapon. Luckily, I found a broom to brandish at the cursed item. Not that I knew anything about exorcism. Perhaps I should have joined a coven after all. Before I had any more time to regret my course in life, I heard hurried footsteps echoed outside my door. Are you okay? Zafin was huffing after opening the door, and the group of guys piled in. Beside him was Valfar, who was sleepily rubbing his eyes. Oris was in tall and Sire peered inside curiously. While Cam wasn't very visible, I could still see him rubbing his temples. You could have knocked. We thought something had happened. The angel furrowed his beautiful face as he came up to me, still crouched to the counter. Are you hurt? He put a hand on my head and his eyes did a once-over me. What happened? The voice started coming out of my watch and I thought I was possessed. It was terrifying. Thanks. That was my voice. Huh?
Is my voice that scary?
He whispered to Arias, who nodded. You should have explained how I worked to you. You must have been frightened. I tried to slide off my seat, but Valfar stopped me. We should check for any broken glass. Although you are a Reaper now, injuries will still hurt since you are new to this life. It will take you time for your powers and resistance to develop.
Paper cuts will never stop stinging, no matter how many years pass.
He spoke bitterly and glared at the floor as though there was a sheet of paper lurking, threatening to slice him. How unfortunate. While Valfar picked up the watch, Zaf and Nora studied the floor for any debris. They confiscated my broom and then begun the lecture. We did not think your first reaction would be to throw the item. I said I was sorry. I told you I thought the watch was possessed. We have to remember that there was no technology from her time. He gave Oris a pointed look. However, the next time you come across a suspicious item, it may not be wise to toss it. There could be an enchantment designed to hurt you. Really? Like what? I thought I'd be safe as a Reaper at least. You'd be mistaken. Remember, there are other powers out there that can harm you. Ooh. I'm trying to... Okay. There are rogue Reapers out there, bad spirits from the human world, and actually demons that so far have escaped our grasp. The longer one lives, the more powerful they grow. So there are many out there who can hurt you. But how come they go rogue? Pursuit of power or a different life? I can see why. We all stared at him. Not that I have any plans to go rogue, jeez. Then you should watch your word, especially where we are. Are there any bad angels? Sarah shook his head.
Angels cannot have ill intent, so it is not possible for them to stray.
Furthermore, all actions of angels angels do are recorded automatically and sent to the record keeper. How can they not have any ill intent? It's just how it is. Reapers are built a certain way, angels are built a certain way. Reapers are unattached. Their end goals are to become human, be promoted to higher work, and possibly become angels. Although I've rarely heard it actually happen. Because of this, it is rare to see Reapers in relationships, or even have more than a couple friends at most. A group like ours is an anomaly. They of course have... I can't read. It's late, that's why. They, of course, can have casual relations if they so choose, but most find no need to tie themselves down to this life. Angels get to deal with the nice part of life. All we see is death, so you can imagine why they want a promotion, or to settle down as a human once they fulfill a certain condition. Of course, that is not appealing to everyone. And you do have those that have come into this life after once being human, whether it be by choice. An exceptional event, I assure you. Or those that must work off their karmatic debt. It's a lot to take in. Sire pet me fondly on the head.
You will learn.
His voice reminds me. Aries pursued. You're quite friendly to her. Why? Yeah, you're not that nice to us or at all. Could it be? I didn't think he had it in him. Sarah gave me a look. He certainly can be a heartless for an angel. Even you, Valfar? Ah, stop teasing him. I'm sure it's because I'm new. I defended him more for my sake than his, if I were to be honest. Alright. We'll back off. For now. We need to get to get to business. As it is. Let me teach you the basics of using this. Try not to throw it again. Sorry. I thought a demon was in there. You're afraid of demons? Well, who isn't? Always pointing at himself and then to Do you not notice that we have demon-like qualities? Are you demons? I thought you were reapers. Not mutually exclusive concept. There are good demons and bad ones. Take some perceptions of the Grim Reaper across different places. Those that can perceive the supernatural have some foundation for appearance. Of course, we don't know if they truly see us, or if we just look like the scary pictures they conjure. I see. They've always been terrifying in the paintings I've seen. Scary things aside, let's get to work. After many hours of patience from Zalfon, with Valfar and even Lily occasionally dropping by to help, I think I've finally understood this device. Well, it is a watch. They say it is like a smartphone that is capable of doing many other things I need for my Reaper work. I still could not say that I have grasped everything, but I believe I could work this. Alright, test time. Never mind. Wait, I don't think I'm ready. Go ahead and send a text to someone. I'm gonna get ignored by him when he's gonna be curt with me. Sorry, automatically messaged. Kayam. Only work business related. Valfar, I can't read him too much. That one. Zalfin. I'm gonna go with this, the toxic route this time. I'm sorry. It's glorious. This part had reminded me of like Mystic Messenger. They're cute. They're little chibis. What are you confused about? Why are you texting me? Why not? Zafin told me to pass my test. I have to text someone. I was your choice because... Shut up! Just felt it. I just felt like it. Why do you seem unhappy? I'm busy. Oh, you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of Jimin. His name is Jimin Han, right? No wait, hold up. Let me Mystic Messenger. Mystic Messenger. They spelled his name different. Yeah, reminds me of Jimin Han. His vibes. His vibes. I'm busy, and then fucking some Elizabeth the cat. Not too busy to reply to be a grouch, clearly. Okay, well, test passed it. Flying colors. Now I need to get on with my day. Great, now call someone. I'm gonna bother him. I'm gonna bother his ass. What? We're moving too fast. I should have saved. I'm bothering his ass.
What now?
No, not the. That isn't a very proper greeting. I'm doing my test for Zafin.
What is it for?
To see if I can call people.
You succeeded. Well done.
If I say it. I'm gonna tease him. I don't think you meant it.
I did mean it.
the voice.
Is that all? I need to get back to work.
Okay, maybe. I'm okay. Okay. Look at you, passed with flying colors. He ruffled my hair with a proud look in his eyes. It would have been kind of funny if I called him. Even though he's like right next to me. Thanks, teacher. Of course, my star pupil. Alrighty. He clapped his hands together. How about we go get some lunch? Then Val can give you a tour of the place. Since you'll be working with us closely, best get to know each other, us better. If you want, of course. I'm glad you're taking this all well so far. Looking forward to working with you, Miss Mel. Just Mel. Just Mel. He shook my hand with a playful show of a pomp and circumstance. Will everyone like me? Of course they will. I already do. I did not think you were the type to be a flirt, Zafin. Zafin yelled, promptly taken unaware by a voice from behind. Perfect timing, Valfor. Where did you come from? The job this morning was a quick one. Come, let us start. Over there you'll have a training hall. Ooh, what's in there? A lot of training dummies. Typically the goal is to take out as many of them as possible in a short amount of time. Or you have a target and you have to take them out as quickly as possible without accidentally killing one of the innocents. Does our lineup work involve a lot of combat? It depends. There's always a chance of encountering unfriendly spirits. I remember hearing of those before. I didn't think it would be something I'd actually deal with.
I have to fight ghosts?
Yes? I looked at him in horror. You just... Surely. Adam, I assure you I do not. Oh, his face was very smooth. I can definitely see him fighting back a smile. Is my dilemma a source of amusement to him? Cruel. This is why you must learn to protect yourself from them. I know some compact. My best friend had taught me since we were younger.
Didn't do such a good job, did he? You're here dead, aren't you?
He's so hostile. That was my own decision. Only because you didn't know how to fight enough to run away, right? Oris, enough. You talk a lot for someone in second place. Ouch. Second place in what? You see, we keep a tally of scores from the training hall. I'm not second place, I'm merely tied with Cal. Indeed, and since you are tied for first, neither of you are the winner. So does that not naturally make you second place? I want to tease him. I agree with Valfar. Oh, then let's see what you got. Still be you, Valfar, haven't I? So you have, so yeah. Since you're so proficient, how about you show Miss Miao here the ropes later? You just call me Miao. Very well then. Me? Isn't the tour your job? Are you trying to shirk your duties off to me? For shame. I'm not you, Oris. I'm the tour guide who can handle her training. For someone who made sure her arrival would be perfect, you join pretending other. Ooh. You did? None of your business. He briskly walked away. Oris. Fine, later. Then he went out of sight. Very well. But as to what I was saying before, you will meet ill spirits, yes. But it should not be too often. You are not to harm humans, but you are on an assignment as a fixer. The occasion may arise. There are also rogue reapers, or rogues for short. You may need to protect yourself against them, or conduct an arrest if required. Wow, I have a lot of responsibilities, don't I? You shall carry them out wonderfully. I forgot to explain about the office. Post-reaping reports are filed here. Reports? Do you have to write them too? No, we have a separate staff to review the actual reapings. Reapings are recorded automatically. Typically, the recordings are studied only if there is an anomaly. Recorded automatically? Yes, into our Hall of Memories. That sounds fancy.
Which is not a stop on your tour.
About it, Nora Kayam popped in and regarded Valfar with a stern countenance.
Must each one of you interrupt me?
Oh, he's angry. In return, he greeted Cam with a withering sigh. Pardon my rudeness, but yes, I believe that this is a lesson for another time. Oh, now I'm more curious. He chuckled, his eyes crinkling with his laugh. Hold on to that curiosity. I assure you, you will be going somewhere much better in a bit. Far more magical. The gate? Precisely. How will we take her to the human world? She should see what it's like in the present day. Goodness, do you mean right now? Why not?
Oh, are you going to the human world? I shall come along.
I was not informed that this would be part of the tour. He was rubbing his temples now, much like a school teacher who had lost control of his students. But it'd be more fun anyways, right? I can't wait to see how much of the human world has changed. Perhaps I could stay to wait longer. I was still not used to the sensation of riding. What was it called? An elevator. My stomach churned as we seemed to descend for ages. What if I can't handle it? I you excited to go into the human world? Perhaps you can sense I was rattled and spoke in soothing tones. Sire, do you not have any work to attend to? No angelic business of any sort? Must not have a lot of work to come along with us. Sorry. Arias had seen us all going to the elevator in the hallway and tagged along without being asked.
I wonder. Perhaps this is part of my business.
Can you join in us too?
Because, like it or not, you're my business too.
Arias rolled his eyes but said nothing else after that. There's only one thing on this floor. This gate here. It was a short walk from the elevator while the rest of the building was styled differently. Age showed in this hallway. How come this place is rather dilapidated? Strange, is it not? We live in a city of styles. Our weather changes and we have a day and night cycle. Yet it is all artificial. I suppose it is to give us a semblance of routine change. Routine? Change? So consider this hallway to be the sole representation of change. While time does not pass here, centuries have passed beyond this door. The 6 of us gathered in front of the gate. Centuries have passed. Yes, however we can access any point of time in the past, we do so regularly. Why is that? There are more humans than reapers, therefore there are many more dead souls than reapers. Meaning, you are understaffed? Precisely. Different reapers are assigned to different points of time and geographic locations. We are mostly caught up, but there are stragglers. Occasionally there is some trouble that occurs that are outside the records of history that we must correct. Would it not be better to go in order to collect the souls? You would think so, but the power above says otherwise. We would be centuries behind in our own development, unfortunately. Humans have their follies, but what benefits them also benefits us. We can study patterns in technology, society, and all else, and apply it to our city of status. Or learn where we must revise and interfere in history, and how to do so that falls on fixers like Zafin and Sire. That was a lot of information. I have lots of questions. Are their souls not waiting for a long time? Yes and no. The second we go to retrieve them, it is right after their death. Even if they have waited until now, our retrieval changes the time they actually waited for eventually.
I see. It seems lonely, waiting for centuries.
But then I suppose they haven't waited in the end. Exactly. The problem is that sometimes before we get to them, they can become troublesome spirits. If wayward they cause mayhem, or turn evil, it's a broken system. And we have our naysayers, of course, always hung to the back, and Zaf and Syra each held my hand as Kayam approached the gate. Best to show you this part in practice. Remember 2 things. Do not harm any humans, and do not interfere in their affairs. I nodded like a good student. Forgive me for taking over Valfor. It is quite all right. It was not as though I had prepared for this part of the lesson in advance. While he smiled, his tone indicated that he was quite put out. Anyway, he held up a pocket watch with a blue cover. Novox City by the Roseville Shopping Center, present day. The door opened and this entryway glowed white. Follow dessert. I was speaking to Mao. Crude. Without spraying the second glass, Kyle steps forward. Would you like to go next? I looked at the door that swallowed Kyle. Although it was entirely different from the door I had passed through in my dreams, there was a nervous pit inside my stomach. It's nothing to be afraid of. Here, I'll show you. Surprisingly, Oris spoke up in the moment he was gone as well. Aw, see, he does care. He would have your hide if he heard that. Shall I take my leave next? Let's go out together. The men nodded at me, and with my hands still clasped in between theirs, we walked forward. A cold breeze tickled my face and my clothes rustled. I feared the sensation would be unpleasant, but it was no different from then stepping outside. Here we are. My escort lets go of my hand and gestures towards the sky. What do you think? This place was not unlike Staeus. Strange buildings were all around, although they seemed more plain than the ones I've seen back at home. Not that I've been in a non-human world for long. In fact, it was strange to think of myself as different from the humans. It is unfamiliar. Then I do believe it is time to familiarize yourself. Shopping? How about we get some bubble tea? I can sense your true motives in coming along. They continued to rattle of suggestions as we went around. The people around us were nothing like the ones I've lived amongst. Your clothes were of far less substance, but also far more colorful. Everything was so cool. It was a little overwhelming. There were so many shops with things I've never seen before, scents from all directions. As the others continued ahead, I found myself hanging back to take in the scenery. Hey miss, you like adventure? Ooh, huh? Have I have the offer for you? It won't take too long, and you'll get a free trip out of it. He had a leaflet of a paper with some pictures on it. Oh, it did look pretty. Well, I suppose that's nice. Isn't it? Come this way. So, you see, Mao, I think you would quite like these bubble waffles. Mao?
Hey, where did she go?
What do you mean, where did she go?
Shake my head. Come the sniffles. I should probably take my hatches. Let me save real quick. How could you lose her? But I thought she was with you.
Why would she be with me? God, you're so irresponsible!
I like The bickering escalated in volume, began to draw attention towards the group.
You two, settle down.
Just use the GPS on her phone.
You activated it, right? Zafan?
Of course, what do you take me for? Despite his confident words, he was sweating bullets as he checked the software on his phone. Oh shit. What do you mean, oh shit? Zafan, you didn't. Zafan felt himself have palpitations that were strong enough to knock out any human.
Now, ARIES, thou shalt not commit violence against thy fellow man.
You shut it, Angel. Wait, I can just call her. Hold your horses. Hurry! Before he burst a vessel, Zafan regarded the others with the indignant stare, though all their faces held a tinge of worry. I hope she picks up. That's what she has a phone for, doesn't she? You can find her regardless, or else do not fret so. Shh! She picked up! The owl held it in closer with a particular sight. 5 handsome men all huddled together in the middle of the street over one phone. Few passersby wondered if there was some sort of host club nearby, but their demeanor suggested that they wouldn't be taking any customers. Hello? Oh good, she didn't throw it this time. This is my first time using it. Excuse me, miss. Who are you talking to? Where are you? Perfect. Tell him we have a deal for him too. I'll give you the address so he can come join our little party. Safon's phone pinged a few minutes later. Check it.
I am. God, your bannies are in such a twist.
Not the time, Zafin. Zafin growled under his breath and input the address into the app. Oh, thank God. Okay. She's in some weird little boot. Always grabbed Stefan's phone without waiting for him to finish and started to run. As Zafan processed, the other men had already zoomed right past Arias. Better give that back, you little. Zafan too joined the pursuit. Can I go now? I'd been led into this rather dodgy looking place. The people did not seem like they wanted to harm me, but they were normally persistent. But you won't be able to get your free cruise if you leave. I had no idea what they were talking about. This is an opportunity of your lifetime. You really be helping us out, miss. I got a sick daughter at home and she'll be able to eat for a week. I do like to help people, I guess. We want to help you too. So you see, we're offering 2-bed condos and bro, it's a scam. Raise my hand. Sorry to interrupt, up, but I have a question. Certainly, miss. What is a cruise? What is a condo? Eh? You're pulling a leg, ain't ya? His countenance slid from cheerful to displeased rather quickly. No. I was being genuine. What was so wrong? You've just been wasting our time? Why would you watch our presentation about time shows if you aren't willing to buy?
I can't buy anything if I don't have any money. You promised a free trip. I think you're the one that's wasting my time.
You tell them. The group sitting around him stood up and approached me. They loomed in closer and I swallowed. I was in danger. It's okay. I can take them on. Felix taught me how to take on groups like these ones. Easy. However, I just realized that I had not been given any weapon yet. Damn it. Wait, I could just run. If I couldn't make a break for it, a loud thud interrupted my plans of escape. It's like, get your hands off of our girl. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. Wait, I messed up. I was supposed to screenshot that. Don't mind me. Well, in fact, there were no hands on me, but it did not matter. Always had landed an impressive kick on the man before me. Oof. Hey, what's the big idea? Shame on you, prying on naive women for your scams. Thought we weren't supposed to harm humans. This is an exception. Kidnapping is a very serious crime after all. That said, how could you let yourself get kidnapped? Well, they asked if I wanted an adventure, and I offered a free trip. You said yes? How did you fall behind so easily? Sorry. Did you forget about us? What did you take us for? Shut up. He kicked the man back down. Let's get out of here and then continue this conversation. Bastards. Don't think you can get away with this so easily. Try and I'll kill you. Or at the very least, get the authorities to put an end to your little operation. This is perfectly legal.
I know how to get a harassment charge on you. Very easily.
Pro bastards. Kyan rolled his eyes and flashed something at the man. It was some sort of black rectangle, but it caused the gang to become flustered. How strange. entire path outside Aureus had dragged me along by the waist, albeit with a gentle hold. What were you thinking, following strangers? This is not what... He stopped himself abruptly and drew my curiosity. The touch of my head prompted him to finish his sentence. What? It's not what a sensible person does. It's hard to shake them off. They were so insistent. And you said not to harm. Alright, let us clarify some things. If anyone bothers you, shake them off. Stick to us for now, though. Stick to us for now, though. You'll be doing jobs on your own one day. However, you're still a fish out of water. Now, Aureus, calm down. Let us enjoy some crepes in return. You're thinking of food at times like this? I think this is a perfect time. She's unharmed, is she not?
You are, right? Otherwise I will return to bestow punishment.
I'm fine. Also, I'm somewhat confused. I still have no idea what's happening. Safan will brief you on the details while we go to particularly dish the crepe.
So I see. Your true motive for this outing.
Zafan explained the concept of these timeshares and what they entail. I didn't understand quite clearly, but he told me to not get deceived like that again. In my defense, I had found myself caught up in the moment. After all, this was a whole new world to me. What flavor are you gonna get out? Oh, there's so many options. I think you like this one. He pointed to a picture of a crepe that had strawberries and chocolate. Ooh, great. Personally, I prefer cookie and cream. What childish taste. And what will you be having, Aureus? Chocolate hazelnut. We each put in our orders and waited one by one received our selections. Would you like to try some of mine? And you can try mine too. It's matcha flavor. I don't like matcha though. I'm sorry. I took a nibble of Cyrus grape. It wasn't too sweet. What's matcha? It's made of green tea leaves. They make tea flavored things now? Amazing. Here, try some of mine too. Tyre flushed and took a small bite from mine in return. That is so amazing! Oh, no fair. I want to share too. Or scoffed as Zephin and I exchanged flavors. You're just jealous, Aureus. I doubt it. He seems to not like me very much. Ooh, it's not that whole group. Ooh. I voiced that out loud. That isn't true at all. He was the most worried about you.
He almost tore off Zafon's hand.
And broke my phone. He just doesn't show it to you. I will kill all of you if you don't shut up. And who said I don't like you?
I'm just not simpering over you like those other thirsty bastards.
Very good. Now that isn't uncalled for. We're simply being polite and caring. Who was the one that got on our asses over how her place should look? You should be comfortable. What are you idiots thinking? Wait 1 second. Or scruffed him. Shut it or the crepe gets it. Fine, meanie. Zafin pouted and retreated to a safe location to finish his snack. I think I end up knowing that I was gonna choose ARIES the second time I played this again. I don't know. There's something about him. After getting crepes, we went shopping. Cam pulled out the card from before often and finally asked what it was, and we were able to get so many things with it. That, my dear, is called a credit card. You can use it to purchase things. It is like magic, but you run out of it eventually. Wow, can we use this magic to purchase things? Sorcery. The sorceress always gets me. She's cute. Not magic, but rather the power of good investment and supernatural powers. Sorcery. Indeed it is. Typically we rely on Calm to make financial purchases in the modern world due to how his little magic works. Of course though, cash is timeless if you know the inflation rate and the dates on your notes. I once gave a shopkeeper in the early 1900s a heart attack. I forgot how far a single note went back then. Can currency change so much? Inflation is its own beast. But economics is no fun to talk about. So let's get some boba. Livia's favorite human invention. Be sure to buy her a cup too, or she'll pout all week. I had no idea what this boba thing was, but the guys decided it was easier to show them than tell. All these little balls, are they safe to eat? Why do they float around? I was looking around at the other patrons of the shop who each had their own cup of similarly looking drinks. Yes, they're totally edible and just as nice as the tea. I never had a tea that looks like this either. There was a colorful menu before me with delightful pictures painted with all sorts of colors. I'd never seen a picturesque food illustrations before back in my time. How the world has changed. Which one should I get? I think milk tea is always a safe option. My personal favorite. Ooh, I like I forgot. I get milk tea, brown sugar milk tea. So good, so good. And then I tried the strawberry yogurt one. The strawberry yogurt boba. Oh, that was good too. I like matcha. Calum enjoys brown sugar. Okay, that's why I like Calum. He's based. He's based. He has the biggest. Yes. Okay. Me, I have the biggest sweet tooth, so that's why he was my first choice. Oh, he doesn't look like he does, right? More like the type of guy who would take his coffee black. Yeah, I could see that. I believe you fit that stereotype more. I took a sip and sighed happily as the guys bantered with each other. It was a strange day, but once I have survived. Although I've met them only the day before, I couldn't help but feel like I've known them for much longer. With our cups of boba in hand, we were set to go back home. I was happily sipping a cup of milk tea when Calum brought his watch back out. Alright, so there's a button here under navigation that allows you to return to home. All you need to do is press it and we'll return to the hallway like before. What happens if I lose it? I would come find you. I said this very proudly, and Velfar regarded the two of us with an exasperated glance. Please do not lose it. There are some functions, however, to help you not to do that. If you are too far from your device or it is broken, a distress signal will be sent out. Someone will find you then, as you are a responsibility, it will likely be one of us. Try not to rely on that though. Losing one of these can be dangerous. How so? You'll learn in time. I sigh, yet another thing I'll find out later, I suppose. It was something that occurred to me upon our return back to Stias and away from the realm of humans. The realm of humans. I don't count amongst them anymore, do I? It was hard to accept that I was something other than a human now. As my job to manage them now, which I still had yet to do. We didn't actually get any work done. Well, this excursion was more to test whether you would collapse from culture shock. We came close with the billboard though. Oh, and the electronics store. Horace was grinning as he continued listing places that took me by surprise. His smile would widen as I pouted at him. I can't help it. Even Sire thought a giant tiger was gonna leap at us from the board. So realistic. It is true, you cannot fault her for that one. I saw you flinch as well. It was cute how you thought there were little people trapped inside boxes. But at least you did not think it was sorcery and started swinging at it. Even my car could only handle so much. Criminal charges are a bit out of my domain. You would leave her in the jail? And I'd break them out. As would I, but a wanted poster would make things difficult, would it not? I'm sure we could get Sire to take care of that. Angel magic does have its use.
Indeed it does. Although while I would cover for you, I advise you not to engage in criminal activities, Ina. At least not too often.
I will do my best. Back at the office, Lilia was waiting eagerly for her dessert.
Oh, you got me rose milk? Thanks!
She sounds so cute. Lilia gratefully took the cup of tea from me and went back to the work on the square box-like thing in front of her. Jeez, might as well inject that stuff directly in your veins. Do not give her any ideas she could actually act on. Lilia slurped with indignation, but made no rebuttal. We left her behind and went towards the parking garage. Want to go with Valfar? He got sulky about going alone last time.
Pardon me? When have I ever sulked?
It is subtle, Valfar. You cannot entirely hide it. I'll go with you as well. You can go with Kai and Morris. I'm stuck with the boring ones? You can walk then. Exercise would do you well. Or I can go with the definitely not boring ones. While Cam and Morris too, Zafin, Sire, and Velfar pulled me away. I did feel about leaving him behind, but oh well, he would be fine, I think. Wait, did they leave already? Did you guys leave me too? We had gone to the parking garage and Valfar had led us to his car. We sat in the front before? I shook my head. Sit in the front seat beside me, and think you'll get a different view of the city. He opened the door for me and then held my hand to help me inside. What a gentleman. Oh, it looks like just like Calum's car. Oh! Got too excited while looking around and bumped my head. You're full. Yesterday as well. Did they? Your poor head won't like it if you continue bumping it. I'm aware. You can see Valfar shake his head as he closed the door. The next instant, he was in his seat, the engine already on. These are all company cars, so they're all quite similar. Usually it's Cam's or I who drive. The others can, but they're lazy. We all live in the same building. It's simple, more efficient that way. So you say. I didn't have to look into the mirror to know Sire was pouting in his seat. One thing did appear strange to me, though I figured it wouldn't hurt to ask. Hey Sire, I wanted to ask you something. What is it? If you're an angel, how come do you live here? I hope that it doesn't offend you. You don't need to answer. You may ask whatever you wish, and I shall answer my best I can. His eyes softened and he smiled with tenderness that my heart skipped a beat.
You need not tiptoe around me, Ina.
To answer your question, well, I do have my own abode up in heaven, but Size has far more entertainment to offer. Since my work aligns closely with that of the Reapers, it is often convenient for me to stay down here. And he does not have friends in heaven. He teased the poor angel and was rewarded with a kick from the back. How unkind. I do too. Where do you think I get all the liquor from? Liquor? The liquor that the angels have are much better far than anything we can source here, or in the human world. Unfortunately, really. The others use me for their supply of alcohol. I'm quite the ill-treated Miao. You do have your uses, though. Special liquor? Can I try some? Valfar cleared his throat and glanced at me before making a turn. Well, it can be quite strong, so you should take it slowly. I can handle it. Back then, I used to drink well into the night with Felix. I would usually end up with myself passing out and either in his bed or mine. He would be draped over me or be flat on the ground. Very well. We usually drink at Calm's place or sometimes on the rooftop. The whole building is ours, so we have our own bar. Oh, can I visit the rooftop today? Another time. I have quite a day. It may be better to wind down at Calm's place. All of us were quite worried when you had gotten kidnapped. I wasn't kidnapped. Horse was truly about to murder Zaphon for not activating the GPS on your phone. When I found you today, there may have been a body on your hands. I wasn't sure what a GPS was, but I felt that I should ask later rather than now. I wonder why. I do as well. While he is rather rude to you, Arius becomes terribly decomposed when it comes to you. Perhaps he likes her. I did not appreciate the tease in Sarah's glance, but despite his expression, his voice relayed that he was serious. It's a terrible way of showing it then. If you like someone, you should be nice to them. Well said. After that, our conversation steered towards the various sights the cities had to offer. Now that I was more used to what it was like being in a car, I could enjoy the view around me. Valfar and Sayo took turns pointing out different places and told me which ones they liked and which I might like. The city's so large. It's housed many people. Reapers, some wandering angels like Sarah here, and humans. As we mentioned, there are some humans who like being here instead of heaven, and those that are working in their depths here rather than purgatory. I see. Do you like living in Staeus? Being a Reaper as an angel? It isn't bad. Some days it is more difficult than others, although that is more due to my profession than my living circumstances. But I prefer it to living a human life. Does that mean you have lived as a human before? Yes. Yes. Long ago. And then...
I think you can imagine how I got here.
Valfar was meant to go to heaven and reincarnated. I processed his paper and all. It's a little unsettling to hear. Then what happened? Valfar's fingers danced on the steering wheel for a few moments. Bit his lip as he searched for the right words. I did not wish to go back into such a cruel world. I asked what I could do to stay, and here I am. He's perhaps the first Reaper to ever volunteer for the job. Have they let you? Well, we are always quite short-staffed. Denying me would deprive them of an extra set of hands. And I suppose I showed my worth through my work. Haven't been reprimed yet. We had a ride back home before I could prod further, which prompted a natural end of the conversation. It's like we're here. I can't believe you guys left me with these two. Believe me, it's not like we were dying to be in your company either. Welcome. I do believe it is your first time visiting one of us. I find myself quite flattered. What it is not like she really decided to do so herself. She's here to drink with us. I'm ready for the special angel. Do be careful. Were you able to hold your alcohol well in your past life? Very well. Or scuffs. I can too. Still, let's take it slow.
Don't worry so much. I got this.
Can I handle it? Sometimes not. Before I turned to Kyle for support, I gave them both the best pleading expressions I could manage. It's not like it can hurt you, although you will be very dizzy if you go overboard. I've heard it is similar to what hangovers are like for humans. For an angel like Sarah, he simply gets sleepy and elated. That's like me sometimes. I'll get sleepy if I drink. There's times where I get sleepy. Sarah nodded happily while Kayam poured out drinks for everyone. They came in different colors and hues. Both Kayam and I had drinks with softer colors. It was in purple. His was purple and mine was pink. And I had a little umbrella in mine. It was quite cute. Oh, I didn't know you had those umbrellas. Come, I didn't ever get any, Mr. Bartender. I didn't buy these for you. I bought these for them. Oh, man. That is very sweet of you, Cam. I will cherish this tiny umbrella. As Effin recovered from the slight, I settled down into the plush couch. This is so nice. I've never had drinks with so many people before. Usually I would end the day with my family or Felix, and he was the only drinking partner I ever had. Hearing the other conversation was relaxing, and a smile crept onto my lips as I listened. So, how'd you like your trip to the modern-day human world? Zafin directed the conversation to me suddenly, and I wasn't sure what to say. I took a sip of my drink before answering. It was sweet and took the edge off the alcoholic taste. It's overwhelming, but I think it has so many things to offer. I like to see them all. So much has changed, but I do wonder if society has changed. What was it like in your time? Zafan. The typical serene sire murmured a warning to the redheaded, but I didn't mind his question. Well, I came from the nobility ruled all. It's not a happy story. I laughed awkwardly and forced on sipping my drink. I didn't want to bring the mood down, so it seemed to be wiser to stay quiet.
If you wish to speak about it, do not hesitate.
You are one of us now. Our ears are open to whatever your heart has to say.
And we wish to know about you. Zafan sat down next to me and put his hand on my shoulder in a gesture of support. If you do not wish to speak, then do not feel pressured to. I nodded and looked at each of them in turn. They're all so kind to me. I'm sure they know the subject matter will be heavy to hear, but even so. I took a few more sips to loosen my nerves. Noblesse oblige. Yeah, right. They did just as they pleased, and everyone bent to their will. My words held a bitter taste in my mouth, but I did not stop. When someone didn't, they disappeared mysteriously, not before their reputation were tarnished beyond repair, so no one would care when they die, or simply vanish. Better off that way, isn't it? No one complains when the trash has been removed, right? It was a dark sentence. I can feel the discomfort in the atmosphere. At last, Valfar broke the silence. It is appalling. It is. Anyways, let's get back to drinking. I busied myself in my glass, but the conversation around me had yet to resume. I appreciate the opportunity and the company truly, but I wanted to wither under the concerned stares directed at me. You should finish your thoughts. Do not let it fester in your heart. No matter how many years may pass, the wounds in my heart have yet to heal. Even if the patches of time had allowed me to cope with them, to me they were still fresh. I was once such thorn in their society. My best friend was someone who was well desired and very distinguished. To this day, I wonder why he kept me in his company. That man who went to destroy the world. I could understand what his tone meant to convey, but I ignored him regardless. Yes. should have been married by then, with someone of an equal stature. I was wasting his time instead of someone who was worth a while, and who would have been his wife. I was always at his side as a friend. It was no wonder that no one could grow close to him when I had demanded so much of his time. You were not lovers? Cam abandoned his drink and leaned forward, a strange glint in his eyes. Perhaps it was a shine of spectacles. No, our relationship was nothing of that sort. And yet he tore up the entire country to avenge you. Did you turn him down?
He never indicated that kind of interest in me!
The men all glanced at each other and then back at me.
It is too late now to do anything about it, of course. But perhaps you never noticed his affections.
I thought it would change the outcome in any way. I could perhaps see someone taking drastic measures for a friend, but an attempt to destroy the world? Perhaps he loved you. He attempted to hide his smirk behind his glasses, but he wasn't fooling me. Luckily, Aureus saved me, and with a certain amount of sensitivity I did not ever expect from him.
Does it matter now? She clearly never noticed. You are such terrible gossips.
Forgive me for prying. Life gets monotonous after a few hundred years. As I bicker amongst one another, I found my thoughts getting more muddled by the minute. My God, what if he did love me? Everything would make sense. Oh God. How he fussed over me constantly and never left my side. How I was always me on his arm at every gathering. Goodness, I was an idiot. All the things that he's done for me. Such as... He was waiting for me to answer, as did the rest of the men. It's just... I suppose it's those gestures that could have been considered romantic. And even more than that, the way others perceived us. I sank my hands into my head. It was not my fault. I was stepping in a world that was beyond my reach. Romantic, or otherwise, I should have stayed away. I didn't know my place. I was greedy and my entire family paid the ultimate price for it. That's bullshit. He slammed his hands down hard on the table and his drink spilled over. Aureus. Calm coughed to cover up his surprise and angrily dabbed the corner of his mouth with a handkerchief, but Aureus did not relent. You were not good enough to be friend. Wait, I can't read. You were not good enough to be with your friend? You really buy that? And that was the reason that whatever happened to you happened? I knew you were an idiot, but to this extent? Hey! Aureus. Surprising it was Valfar who rebuked him, with Cyrus stepping in between the two of them. I understand your feelings, but there is a kind of way to express them. You really need to be more tactful. Sorry. You looked probably abashed for once. I'm surprised at his outburst, but at least it stems from good intentions, right? It's okay. I didn't think you would feel so strongly. I do not like people thinking that you are lower than anyone else. It's just stupid. But I should not have insulted you like that. I apologize. He looked down at his feet, then at the mess in front of him. You better hope that does not stain, or else you'll be owing me much more than an apology too. The ground Cam's face forced me to recoil, and I wasn't even the one in danger. Oris, how come you are never sorry for all the things you call me? Is it because Miao is a girl? Wow. Oris. Ouch. Belfry had gone over and smacked them each on their head. You two, get something to clean with before Cam's tape was destroyed. If I continue to tease him, I fear something worse may happen. He added this under his breath and shook his head as the two troublemakers marched away to do so. I went back to Cam, glass in hand, in hopes for another drink. My umbrella laid sadly limp at the bottom, and I wished for it to rise again. May I have a refill, Cam? Did you enjoy it? Yes, it was really good. I'm very happy to hear so. Are you still feeling steady? Quite so. And I'll oblige your request, miss. He smiled at my confidence and topped my drink up again. My little umbrella was floating once more. The desire for another drink was particularly because I wanted to forget the memories that had suddenly resurfaced. I did feel a tingle through my body, but I wanted to relax and not think about my past strongly. Why, I'm pleased that you are enjoying my concoctions. Valfar will have my hide if you get too drunk. I'll protect you from it. I shall hold you to that. While he was concerned with my alcohol intake, I decided to study his drinking habits instead. I noticed that his sips were slower and more sparse. Calm. Do you never become inebriated? It's a good question. I drink more heavily when I'm alone. And why is that? Because I'm afraid of what I would admit when my tongue is loosened. Do you also have things that pain you? Don't we all? That is very human-like of you. Cal paused for a short while and stirred his drink in contemplation. Is it really?
To be human is to suffer, right?
Now that is quite a dark take. Is suffering simply not a part of life, no matter the kind of being?
Then what makes a Reaper different from a human?
The way you all approach things, human emotions are much different.
The pair returned with a few cleaning supplies in time to join our discussion. But if you also ache, laugh, and desire, then where lies the difference between human and yourselves? Extent. The things humans do for their desires is something unthinkable for us. Is there nothing you would do anything for? They all went quiet after that. Have I just given some food for thought? Or am I really good at killing conversations? Well, with that in mind, I believe it is time to call it a night. Look at you. You've been steady on your feet. No, I'm not. I insisted, but my legs betrayed me once. I tried to stand up for another refill. I'm pleased to see you have enjoyed yourself. Sorry, beamed brightly, his cheeks happy to flush. It is actually worth the while it takes to get alcohol all the way down here. You're the best, sire. Alright, before Sire melts, how about we all head back? Oris was I'm suffering. Meticulously cleaning Calm's table still, under the man's eagle-eye glare. You polished the table again. You done with the glasses, Stefan? Yes, my liege. The men were flitting about and cleaning everything. It was amazing. I'd never seen such helpful guests before. Since Kyle is kind enough to host us and make our drinks, we like to repay him by leaving the place as it was. Oh, no, I haven't helped. It's your first time here. Do not worry. He patted me on my arm with a smile. You can help me dry the dishes next time. You're my guests. These are the others are intruders. I should remember this the next time you need someone to finish your paperwork. Except Valfor. The older man rolled his eyes and tossed a rag at Cal. In the end, Valfor and Sire held me back to my apartment. After making sure I was tucked safely in my bed, they took their leave. And so ended another day in my new life. Okay, today we do things my way. It was the next morning we were back at the office. Callum insisted that Arias handled my training today. Despite trying to wriggle out of it, Arias had no choice but to take up the mantle of my teacher. How unfair. Yes, sir. Ugh, my head hurts. I thought Reapers were immune to this type of thing. What in the world did the angels put in their liquor? Well, spend a couple hours in training, then you can go have lunch with the others. With lunch, you'll go to hell. Excuse me, I thought you said I didn't have to go there. It's because I went to those timeshare people. I won't do it again, I promise. He pinched the bridge of his nose and huffed angrily. Would you stop and listen? You aren't being sent to hell. But we deliver people to the gates, or the reception area. Do we get to go to heaven too? I imagine it would be far prettier than hell. No, they don't like it when our kind hang around for long. It was sounding a little invasive, and I couldn't help but think he was hiding something. I suppose they don't like us hanging around hell either, but at least they're more direct about not liking us. In heaven, there is a persistent sentiment of holier than thou. It's annoying. I see. I suppose being in the afterlife doesn't change humans' behavior. Aren't angels supposed to be free of ill intent, though? That's what makes it worse. They genuinely believe they are better than us. Hold on, I'm checking something right now. Let me see. I thought there were 6 chapters. There's 4 chapters? Question mark. I might be stupid. Yeah, I think it's 4 chapters. I'm just dumb. I've dealt with enough snobbery while I was alive. Sorry isn't like that at least. That's why we left him hanging around us. Enough talk. Let's get you your weapon and start teaching you how to use it. But before that, he walked over to the vending machine and got me one of those cold coffees. This will help you. Before I did warn you about drinking too much. I didn't drink too much. But still, I took the opportunity to let myself smile when he looked away. Whatever positivity I had felt towards him earlier was squashed by anxiety. This room was so empty. Did he bring me here to kill me? I walked around in circles and taps of my footsteps echoed. Arias had told me to wait here until he returned with my weapon, but it was boring. Where is he? I started to walk in circles, one foot in front of the other, just as he walked in. I wonder how training would go. Would I be fighting Arias? I gripped the hilt of imaginary sword and swept my invisible weapon before me.
Ha ha! Take that! And that! Not so cocky now, are you?
I see you've been keeping yourself busy.
I could not look him in the eye. I was just taking a look around the place. Yes. The white expansions of nothing, that is. He narrowed his eyes with disbelief, but for once had the courtesy to not offer a rebuttal. Right. Anyways, this is yours. This is stick. Slash the air away from me if you would be so kind. I looked at him skeptical, but who was I to refuse? Although I was attempting to wield my weapon towards him, I behaved and drew the stick through the air. And out came a chain scythe. I got a little too excited and the blade almost circled back towards me. With the flex of Oria's fingers, the blade stilled and dropped downwards.
Perhaps do not maim yourself?
You gave me no warning. I did not think you would be thrashing around like a wild animal. Pardon me for attempting to have a little faith in you. Are you little? You told me to slash it, so I did. Anyways, best to put it in practical use. You said you were skilled in combat, correct? Little. Cool. This room can turn into any amount of environments. Let us see what we can work with. He walked over to some sort of panel and heard some beeps where he was pressing into. Faster than a blink, we were in what it looked like a city, much like the one I'd been to earlier. Okay, your job is to strike down targets. They'll have red aura to them. Their aura? I'll be able to see it? Yes, your full power will take time to realize themselves, but sight is something that comes to you automatically. Sight? Wherever you are, you will be able to see supernatural beings. Those with red auras are wandering spirits. This is a test simulation, so it has been artificially reproduced. How strong the auras will actually be to you in the real world will depend on your own in that ability. Lovely. Couldn't help but eke out a dryly reply. Consider I had absolutely no idea how my innate ability could be. What if there was nothing there at all? With that, the first target came into view. So I just swing like this. It was different to gauge my strength. While I was able to slice the apparition into two, the blade swung back towards my feet once more. Aria sighs and stayed my scythe once more. Do you want me to take it back from you? It's not my fault. I spoke through gritted teeth as I struck another target that swooped down on me. I haven't had the chance to practice. I believe that trial by combat is the best practice. I think you need to change beliefs. I ducked down mid-sitting to whack at yet another apparition. If I wasn't so absolutely irritated at him, I would be terrified at the prospect of actually having to do this one day. Funny to hear that from you. Look, just copy me. He took out his own scythe, leaped into the air and took out 3 apparitions at once. Show off.
I'm just teaching you. Learn faster, pupil.
Despite his tone, I knew what he was saying was true. And I tried to learn as fast as I could. Eventually I started to get the hang of when to draw my blade back, how much force to expel, and how to wield it. I'm a pro. Of course I was still a beginner, but Orias had to intervene a little less often. You're surviving, not the same thing. Your instincts are good, but you need better control of your weapon. I'm used to a sword. I'm used to swords, not like this. Chain thing. Can I have a sword? No. No. This is built with special properties and we do not use swords. Damn. Do not hurt the ones with the blue aura. It was too late. Congratulations, you just destroyed the soul of an innocent child. What? But I didn't mean to. You didn't warn me in advance. I was disheartened. This is not what a pro would do. Or seemingly took pity on me and pressed a few buttons on the panel which returned the room back to normal. You did well enough for today. I appreciate your benevolence. I should hope you can make it to at least 3rd place one day. Oh, you think I can take 1st? She's so cute, her little wink. I'd love to see you try. A little wink. I was hoping to persuade Arias about my potential to defeat him during lunch. He took his leave the second he had seen me off back at the office. Ah, how was training been going? I killed a child. That's crazy to say. Well, that's crazy. Well, I killed a child. Well, that happens. It's okay. Has it happened to you? Probably. What the fuck? He turned away, shoulders shaking from all his laughter. Go ahead, laugh. My apologies. He recovered rather elegantly and patted my shoulder with sympathy. If you aren't preoccupied, shall we have lunch together? Yes, please. Some more tasty, please. Cam chuckled and noted that his laughter was lovely, felt of rumble. Hope to not disappoint, madam. We went to a cafeteria downstairs, which to me was no different from an elegant restaurant. Kayam ordered a couple sandwiches for us and we took our seats somewhere less busy. I'd yet to get used to the stares everyone passing by gave me. Cam kindly blocked my view of others when he could. Is Oris going too rough on you? I let a long exhale. Cam chuckled. No. He laughed harder. I mean it. Although I wish he would give me more instructions. It's been like a trial by fire. I see, he is a fan of the tough love method. Tough love? What was the love? You can have one of the others take over if you like. That would mean surrendering. That's alright, I can keep up with him. Huh. I like to see that spirit. My limbs are still intact at least. I wasn't expecting this type of weapon. I was thinking I'd get a sword or something more pointy and less swingy. I made a jabbing gesture and poked my finger into his bottle of water. Yes. Chain sights are specially crafted for us. You must be careful with it, for it can hurt anyone. Reapers included. Should we be handling something so dangerous? We're the only ones that can. Consider it an occupational hazard. Seeing as you are still in one piece, I think you'll do just fine. There were beef from his pocket. He took out his device and glanced at me before reading the message on it. He was teasing me again, wasn't he? My sincere apologies. I asked you to lunch, but here I am having to leave early. I will see you later. Oh, I was meaning to ask him about Hell. My bites turned into smaller nibbles as my appetite waned. I said warm. Cam's sandwich remained to keep me company, sad and unfinished. Gamma had said, Zephyr downstairs to save me from the awkwardness of being alone in a room full of people who were talking about me. He had seen me back off at the office where Arias swiftly set us on our way to the next item on his schedule. He could ask how my lunch was. Why? I've had the food here. perhaps as a form of courtesy? Did you ask me how mine was? He had a point. How was your lunch? God, this dude. This is why I had hated him in the beginning. I'm like, okay. Oh yeah, that's water. Thankfully, Sire passed by and brought that awkward conversation to an end. And where are you two going? Uh-oh. Good luck with that. Especially you. I've never been to hell before. Which is a very good thing in your case. Are we going through that door again? That's right. Look at you. You actually got a brain in there. Rude. So, here we just say our location again? We can't control the time we go to, so... Wait, can you hold my hand? Although it wouldn't be my first time through this, my nerves still fluttered at the thought of traveling across dimensions and time once again. Even worse was the fact that we would be going down below to hell. I was afraid that he'd change his mind and leave me there. For the love of... Never mind. He snatched my hand up. He's so cute, he's blushing! If you're going to ask, then commit to it, alright? He snapped at me but couldn't look me in the eye either. You blushing? Do you want me to go to hell? Do you want to go to hell alone? No. Then be quiet and don't make fun of a man that's taking you there. He then faced the door and as quickly as he could. Hell. I squeezed his hand back tightly, letting it anchor me as we traveled to a realm that would be far less friendlier than all the other ones we saw together. Although the breeze on my face was warm, his hand was even warmer. No, please, I'll do anything, please, I can change. Don't take me in. From the distance we saw a man getting scruffed by a collar and dragged into the lobby. What an introduction to hell. Don't tell me you were expecting sunshines and daisies. Well, no, but a few roses could liven up the place. I had an iron grip on Oria's hand still. My nails had dug in when I saw the man, doomed to perpetual, well, doom. Alright, so we have to go over here. Usually this is where we perceive the fresh meat. Fresh meat? The figure that had gone into the lobby came into view, although bereft of one screaming soul. Kayam, you have a stop here today? Yes, as it were. Why is she here? He gave Orius an I'm gonna cry. It's too late for this. I'm trying to like my brain. My brain is melting. Orius, let go. Orius let go as if he had been burned, and I quickly tucked my own hand behind my back. I'm still blushing. Well, she has to bring her souls here eventually, doesn't she? I mean, this isn't part of training? Then why is Orius subjecting me to this? Well, typically not on the very first day. It's part of my training. She's right, this really is a trial by fire. Almost literally. What? I said almost. You're not going near any fire. We wouldn't let that happen to you. Unless... He cleared his throat and pushed up his glasses and swore I could see his lens flash a warning. You two can head back without me. I have to talk with Mizzle. after an influx coming in soon. Amazing. Your party?
Quite the merry one.
Do all Reapers have such dark humor? While they shared a laugh, my stomach churned at the thought of more screaming souls like the last one, to be tossed away forever in agony. Suppose one becomes habit. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Habituated over time. I suppose they all deserve it, right? We're not planning on waiting for you, as it were. Or his ill manners snapped me back to conversations, and I spoke up in defense of Callum. I would have waited. Callum smiled at me appreciatively. But I am the boss today, so you get no say. What a tyrant. Ugh. In that case, abhorrent manners aside, I will see you two after work. Yes, you decide my after hours, right? Yes, because I'm actually not tired. Doubtful. As Cameron was about to make his exit, I realized there was something I was still dying to know. Before you go, Callum, I wanted to ask what happened to that man. He's fallen into the pit. The receptionist here will be sorting out his durations and punishment logistics in the meanwhile. Best you not worry too much. I really do hate to be a bro, but there's some work I need to do. Good day. Always scary. It is indeed, isn't it? To see someone meet their fate right before my eyes was terrifying. Is this why what my friend felt seeing when I had been executed? I shuddered. A bit too much. Yeah. I think that is enough for today then. Don't I have to learn to do hellish things? Throwing people into pits, doing paperwork? I can wait another day. I might get in trouble for overworking the new recruit. He rapped on my head in what I assumed would be the closest thing to be affectionate gesture I would receive from him. It did reassure me though, he was looking for my well-being. It just happened to be the most asshole way possible. I was used to being spoiled by Felix, with all smiles and adoration. This just was a different way of friendship that it would have to get used to. Or so I assumed. I might just be inventing this one-way friendship in my head. But that was neither here nor there. Right now, I was in the midst of my training and had to learn the ropes as quickly as I could. So when can we go to heaven? It might be best if we do not go for the time being. Why not? They do not like you very much, so you're not allowed there. And the truth comes out. Why is that? Wait, why? That's not fair. Is it not? You're right. It was entirely fair. I was just upset about it. All things considered, I'd be lucky if I even saw the gates of heaven from a distance someday. You aren't missing much. Come on. Around at KM's is better anyway. You know, you can be nice after all. He glared at me. Don't get too comfortable. I deflated after being rebuked, but stuck close to him all the same. The experience had worn me out more than I expected, and he was the only and he was the only familiar face I had. On our way back, while I didn't need to hold his hand again, he held it out for me without a word. Looks like the others aren't ready yet. I suppose not. I brought my car today since I figured this might happen. I can drive you home. I wonder how much if this ARIES has accounted for and what made him still decide to go through with it. I couldn't tell if he was considerate or not. He seemed the type to charge ahead and try to patch up the consequences later. It's hard to keep up with him. We can rest up before we hang at cabs. Should I get some work done? No, let's get you home for now. Thank you. You know you can be... Don't. There's no use trying to be his friend. It was all one-sided after all. Never mind. You're just mean. Good. Get into your head. I can see why he did not drive often. He was like a monster behind the wheel. It was like they released a demon from hell in the form of ARIES and unleashed him onto this realm. What it feels had been alleviated swiftly returned as I dug my fingers deep into the seat. I did not realize that driving could be so loud. It was like he was unleashing whatever frustrations he had onto the road. You're a very rough driver. You want to try doing it yourself? Oh, thank you. As terrible as his driving was, I would rather take my chances with him. It's still better to learn, but I will not be your teacher. I should hope not. I think you'd be yelling at me more than teaching me. I think I would actually cry. Because you would probably deserve it. A good teacher is patient. I never claimed to be a good teacher. I crossed my arms and decided that pursuing conversations with him was pointless. I was so irritated that I had forgotten. The scene in hell that I witnessed. Was he riling me up on purpose to make me forget about it? This was the same man who had thrown me into a training simulation with a very pointy weapon and no instructions. He was just a very prickly man, wasn't he? I had been dropped off as promised and was now soaking in the tub. Sarah had shown me all the different types of bath products he has purchased for me, and had fun combining the different scents. Although they were starting to make me sleepy. Just as I was about to drown in my own bathtub, I heard a knock at the door at the same time as I heard my phone ring. You home? Coming. I scrambled to put on some clothes and scampered to the door as droplets were left behind in my mad dash to greet my guest. It probably would have been better for me to tie back my hair so that it didn't soak my shirt, but I couldn't find anything to do that with. Hello. The guys were all at my door, even ARIES, although he was at the back, like usual. They blinked at me, probably taking in my hazardous appearance. I keep pressing up. Zafin was softly blushing. Just going through his head. What are you guys doing here? ARIES said you couldn't stop crying, so we decided we should spend time here with you. I was not crying. ARIES. He looked back at me with a smug grin, or nothing more than to smack his little smirk off his face, but given that this was not the best place for it... Oh, was he winding us up now? Looks like you do care after all. I smiled back towards ARIES with a sweet smile. Maybe teasing him back could be my method of revenge. I stepped aside so all the boys could fall in, and my home suddenly became a lot warmer. They're the idiots who dragged me here. Whatever makes you feel better, ARIES. No one likes it to... You know, it's a lie. It's a lie. I like it. What the fuck is that? So, yes, he knows. Zafin knows. He knows what peak is. We have bought you hot cocoa. I shall prepare some for all of us to share this evening. We got some groceries too. I'm going to teach you to use your appliance this week. You haven't tried it yourself yet, right? Cal walked in the kitchen, inspecting the surroundings as he tapped his chin. Well, nothing appears to be broken, so... I'm offended that you think of me to be so reckless. I throw one watch and you paint me as a crazed, destructive woman. Unbelievable. Hey, I think that just makes you more fun to be around. The rest of these guys are born stick in the muds. I find that I'm very interesting. I looked around for affirmation and all eyes darted away. I gave an encouraged nod out of pity and he brightened it up. To be fair, the concept of an angel was generally interesting to me. These men were too used to this strange world. I'll put a movie on for us. Sarah, go get some blankets. Mao, you don't mind if we stay in, right? No, not at all. I appreciate the company, even ARIES. I'm flattered. Oh, no. It was dry as ever, yet we all still laughed. It was the start to a very cozy evening after a long day. For the first time, as far as I could recall, I felt lucky. Like I'd finally found something that could be akin to family. Reapers are unattached. Calm had said that, but I could still dare to hope, right? The thing is, I'm trying to think. Should I pull through? I'm gonna pull through and just try to go through this. There's only 4 chapters, so I should be fine. And then after that, I get some rest. I need to find my water though. Always do this to my throat, man. In the blink of an eye, a week had already passed. My training alternated between each of the Reapers. I would train in the morning, go to lunch with some of the boys, or Leela, when they were too busy. In the afternoon, they taught me the process of reaping, but I had yet to actually witness one. Well, except for Cam tossing the man into hell. It was like an uncomfortable, intrusive thought that forced an unpleasant itch to my throat whenever I recalled it, but one I needed to get used to, and fast, since I'd be going to see my first execution today. Wait, not execution, but companionment to the other side. What's it called? How are you feeling? This one made me sad. When I first gone through the game, this part made me sad.
Fine! Totally fine!
I felt like I had swallowed a net full of butterflies and was struggling to keep them contained in my throat. You sound anything but fine. I can't blame you. The scenery around us was so beautiful, but we had such a sad task ahead of us. I think Valfar could tell I was dragging my feet, even though he had long strides. He slowed his pace for my sake. Of course, even if my stamina was now stronger than ever, it was my heart that laid heavy in my chest. Even in death, it perhaps was my greatest burden. I wanted to be more rational than emotional, but I found I wanted to give away to the latter more often. Have you read the files for this case? I have not. Cam said it was particularly tragic, so I was afraid to. Considering I had a tragic end myself, I should be a bit more prepared for such matters by now. But I was told our companion today would be a child. There were some things I think one could never be used to. It's a sad tale. Are you sure you don't wish to know now to prepare yourself? He stopped walking and turned fully to face me. Concern along with pity was reflected in his eyes. I couldn't bear to look into them any longer. Alright. Tell me. You guarded me for a little longer, but began to walk ahead while speaking. Timmy grew ill one day. His parents are people from a rural area, not well educated but desperate for their child to grow better. So they handed him to a quack that fed him nothing but water, disguised as medicine. Oh, I gasped, outraged. A rage that long quelled rose up inside me. I bit the inside of my cheek and focused on my steps. He was doing this to many families, to patients of all pages. How he got away with this, I have no idea. Bribery? I offer this with naught but contempt. Valfor shared a side of disgust with me and ran a hand through his hair. Most likely, I'm afraid. The man had lined his pockets well enough. While stealing from helpless families, naturally most of the patients withered away. His entire operation would move from town to town. My jaw clenched tightly as my fingertips dug into the flesh of my palm. I could picture this happening all too clearly in my head. I wish that this tale was beyond belief, but I know better. I did none of the work or say anything. I did not. How despisable. I suppose they suffered from absolute poverty as well. Therefore, should anything happen to their own, what happened to me? My family. I suppose that is why it is easy for others to watch someone suffer. I've never been in that position though, so I have no right to say anything. Still, just can't imagine letting such atrocity happen before my eyes. I apologize. This isn't directed towards you.
I do not mind. Although, it should be directed at me.
He added this so quietly. I figured I wasn't meant to respond. Valfor, how do I approach Timmy? Talk to him gently. How? Oh, you're dead now. Come with us. Ugh. I feel dreadful even thinking those words. I feel Oris would do something like that. Even he has some tact. I shall be with you the entire time. Do not worry. If you have any reservations, look to me and I shall assist.
Does it ever get easier, telling someone they've passed?
Only when you are taking them to heaven. He sighed softly, searching for the right words to say, then looked up. I followed his gaze. The sky was bright and blue as ever. Despite the tragedy that has occurred, nothing marred the beauty around us. Lucky for us, it's a beautiful day. That only makes it sadder. No, you will have a beautiful departure. He nudged the small of my back gently and dragged my feet towards the little mousy haired boy now in front of us. He couldn't be any older than 9. He looked held and hearty, though I suppose the body must be restored in death. Taking a deep breath, I crouched down to his level and tapped his shoulder. With a start, he turned around, but smiled brightly when he noticed. Hello there, friend. No, this hurts my heart. Hi. Who are you? My name is Miao. And you are? My name is Timothy, but I like it when people call me Timmy. Well, little Timmy, we have a trip to take together. Where are we going? Did I just say heaven outright? Can't, right? It sounds like a scam. Do you like puppies and ponies? I like cats. Where we are going, you can play with lots of them. Oh, it hurts my heart! I'm Timmy! That also sounds like a scam. But it worked. The child brightened up and rocked back and forth on his feet. Really? Of course. I looked at Valfor for confirmation that there would actually be cats, and he nodded. Oh, this hurts my heart! Oh. My parents. His little fist balled up at his sides, and he swallowed. I'm finally back home, but I can't talk to them. His eyes glistened and his voice shook. Telltale signs that one was about to break down in tears. Although the one in question might have been me first. I'm not crying, my nose is just really stuffed, man. That's just the allergies. Are they ignoring me? Because they're mad at me for getting sick and causing trouble? Oh, poor baby. He pointed to the distance where a crying couple huddled together, all by themselves. The husband was holding up the wife, who clutched onto his shirt. Her fingers twisted into the fabric as she agonized over the loss of her son. Mama. Papa. But of course, I could never hear him again. They're not ignoring you. You didn't cause them trouble. You're just somewhere far away from them. I wanted nothing more than to comfort him. But what could I even say? I held out my arm to hug Timmy. Well, he didn't push me away. He didn't move forward. But I'm right here. He put his little arms around my shoulder, his own small one shaking, and buried his face into my arms. Hiccups that would only be heard by the three of us broke the peaceful air around us. Daggers scraped against my heart, and I know this would be a scene I could never forget. We stayed like that for a while, as my mind searched for words to tell him what happened. It's like a fairy tale. They can't see you anymore, or hear you, or touch you, but you'll meet again one day. You're just on two different sides of the world. What do you mean? You know how when people turn into stars when they... Goodness. I couldn't do this. I ended a pleasing gaze towards Velfar when Timmy saved us both from having to say anything more. Oh, I see. I'm dead, aren't I? His voice was as soft as his footsteps. Tiny crunches on the grass as he walked out of my arms and turned around. I stood up and rested a hand on his shoulder. The atmosphere was forlorn, and it was as though I had lost my own family for a second time. You're a clever child, Timmy. I remember being really tired and hungry. I remember wanting Mama's stew. And I woke up here. Oh, I'm so sensitive to this stuff. Shit. I really wanted to get better, but I just got more sleepy every day. I'm a ghost right now, right? Do you think I can haunt the bad man? Although I did not condone lying, I felt that the situation called for it. I do wish he could do a little haunting, but I would want him to turn into an evil being. I wonder if I could haunt them in his place. You're not a ghost to me, just a kind spirit ready to go to heaven. You can meet your parents again there one day. I looked at Velfar, hoping it was okay to say so. It won't be too long of a wait, Timmy. You can tell them everything again soon. I don't want them to come fast. That means they died too, right? I hope they can be happy with my little sister. I'm really patient. That you are. But do you think I could take one last look at my mama and papa? Of course. We will be here waiting for you. It won't take too long. He scurried away and realized that the grass did not fold under his feet at all. He could never play again. No longer could be No longer could he enjoy the beauty of the planet, only its grievances. We should leave him for a while. Let him make his final farewell and be at peace. He's a strong child. He is. Stronger than I am. Are you alright? Do you need to return home? I can make it. I'm sorry for bringing you here. Nonetheless, thank you for coming. This would have been difficult without you. His hand shook a little, but he placed a broad hand on my head and welcomed the warmth. His strokes were gentle against my hair. With each caress, I felt the pangs in my heart dull just a little. You're just saying that. I felt like a mess. I still feel like a mess. I would have stopped if that was the case. Do you think I'd let you break a child's heart? You mean even more than I already have. You're very kind. That poor child. As I said those words, I could feel my sadness transformed into something darker. I want to burn down those sham hospitals. Truly. He sighed and patted my shoulder while I was wondering where one could buy supplies to do such a thing. Wait, you're serious? Yes. Such despicable people can't bear it. How can they get away with this? I understand exactly how you feel, but we can't do anything of that sort. Why? Because it's sin? Because it's not our place? You and me, we guide people to their destinations after death. We're not allowed to interfere. I'm not interfering. I'm just making the world a better place. What happens after you burn it down? How many people will die? They let that child suffer. What does it matter? If I had to serve my sentence here because I enabled my friend, then why should those people live? They enabled a child to die. What's the difference? They have a circumstance. So did I. But I'm still here, aren't I? No matter what I did, this was my life now. No matter what happened, I was fated to execution, and now punishment. Listen. When I tell you we cannot, I mean we are powerless. If beings like you and I step out of bounds, the consequences would be dire. Not only for you and I, but for all the others as well. Is there nothing I can do? These people have innocent families. Families that cannot survive without the people you wish to harm. Sometimes we can't do anything. I hate it. I know. I do as well. But I'll make a strong recommendation that they all go to hell when the time comes. Unless their souls were collected already. Which is one of the reasons why we cannot interfere with things that have already passed. I don't understand why this child had to wait longer than those that have wronged him. Because the best souls are the ones that bear the most patience. It is the evildoers we must punish quickly. I suppose. I didn't wish to speak any longer. I wasn't angry at Valfar. I was angry at the world. I myself was still not being able to do anything. In life, I was trying to work towards something better. But in death, my only role was to be a witness and in fact, facilitator. While I had been enjoying my time here, I remember now that this truly was a punishment for me. How did everyone else live like this the rest of the time? Why did Valfar volunteer for this? How can you willingly do this job? Take a sharp intake of breath. Her usually smooth face quirked in replies. It was a bold question, and the silence that followed had me expect to be reprimanded. But instead, he answered with patience and melancholic. air that almost made me regret asking.
Because I'd rather be here than live amongst the people who commit such terrible acts.
I didn't understand it, but I would keep these feelings to myself. I didn't know how much time passed. Falfar continued to give me his silent solace. The young boy finally returned and smiled, simply as if he was saying goodbye before going to school for the day. I prayed the time would pass in a blink for him, so that he could be with his family that much faster. Are you ready to come with us? While trying not to burst into tears, I held out a hand for him to take. His little fingers curled against mine, and it only carved out a deeper hole in my heart. I was allowed to see just the outskirts of heaven. They wouldn't allow me into the reception area. I was allowed up the walkway before the guard pointed a spear in my direction. My apologies.
You know, my job would be easier if they let me in.
The guard said nothing. You can go away in the lounge for me. I'll show you how to submit your report. It is quite simple. Technology really is a marvel. I see. Little Timmy, I wish we had met under better circumstances. You're a kind child. May heaven grant you what our home could not. You too, nice lady. Will I see you again? Who knows? Maybe you might. Although they won't let me in here. Maybe you can visit me one day. He smiled brightly and shook my head heartily. It's been a while since I got to talk to someone like this. Thanks for bringing me here. I'll name one like, I'm truly honored. That was all I could say before my throat clogged up. The waterworks really were coming. I bid it goodbye with one last shaky wave and scurried back to the office. That hurt my heart. Wait, let me save. There we go. I hid my face until I made it here. The door slammed a bit too loudly behind me, but I didn't care, as long as no one had noticed. I sank into the couch and buried my face into the softest looking cushion beside me. I hate this. I realized that complaining to a pillow was not the most professional thing to do, but most professions didn't involve that much emotional damage, did they? The complaining didn't seem to help much. Maybe I'll go get some fresh air. Now that I knew how to work my device, I could come back quickly if Valfar was looking for me. I hope no one sees me. I wanted to be by myself for a while. I was embarrassed about how strongly I felt and how poorly I probably looked. I knew they ought to be kind and try to comfort me, but that just made me feel worse. I felt like I relied too much on these men. I started working out on my own, but I don't know where I am. I figured I could retrace my steps, but I had no idea of little else. Instead of feeling anxious, though I yearned to explore the place more, I was a bit quiet, not having anyone to guide me today. Nonetheless, I enjoyed the freedom I had for my little excursion. Since my phone had yet to ping, I kept wandering further than I had intended to. The streets were similar to ones in the modern world. I had seen some of these views from the car every day, but it was the first time I walked here myself. There was a little cat in front of me. How precious. Here, let me pet you. He gave me a scornful look and trapezed into the hallway. Come back, just one pet. I followed after it quickly and crouched down. My skirt really needs a good wash after today. I felt a little stupid, but I hopped forward as the cat continued to saunter into the shadows. Come here. I woken my fingers in what I hoped was inviting gesture. Inviting to get chomped at this rate.
Who are you? Why are you here?
Oh my god. Is a cat speaking? I fell right on my bottom in shock.
Why are you yelling?
She's such a funny MC. I looked up to see that it was indeed a person speaking instead of a cat. Shit, I didn't think anyone would be here but the cat. For the record, I normally would never go into a dark alley alone, but I figured there would be no harm here. Also, cat, me. Me. In conclusion, also, cat, me. Why are you... Where did the kitty go? It bore me... Yeah. Oh.
Kitty! Psst, 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 psst. Come here.
It's so cute. The little brat padded up to me finally and I gingerly scratched behind its ears. So soft. The fur under my fingers were unbelievably soft and it was warm, called for my hand to continue giving it scratches. This is just what I had needed after emotional damage. It was therapeutic. Can I take it home? Aren't you a good girl? A little growl. A good boy? I took his silence as confirmation. Why are you letting her pet you?
You should leave, right now.
Perhaps he was attempting to be threatening, but I just wanted to pinch his cheeks. He stomped his foot for good measure, and I averted my face to hide a giggle. Why should I? This is our alley. You own this alley? It appears to be a public property. Sad to have a homelessness problem. I naively assumed that all beings here would be taken care of. He seemed much too old to be a teen with a rebellious streak. What's this kitty's name? It's... The kitty hissed. It's Kitty. I'll call you Mr. Kitty. It seemed favorable enough for him, for he leapt onto my shoulder. Huh? You're lighter than I thought you would be. Or maybe I'm stronger as a reaper now. Were you a human before? His eyes shifted from side to side as he spoke, but he kept his arms around himself. But his eyes trained on my face. He was like a kid in himself, furrow and unsure whether to trust me or not. I think I'm pretty trustworthy though. Well, that's right, I recently became a reaper. Oh? He nodded as though something dawned on him. Initially, it felt as though he was trying to be aggressive, but now I could see his curiosity in his eyes. Do you like it, being a reaper? The question was a punch to the gut. I thought I did, but that was before I actually had to do any reaper work. What did I expect? That I get to train, eat good food, and hang out with the guys every day? I couldn't understand why the people around me were so jaded. I should be too, considering everything that brought me here. It was probably just a casual question. I had the need to offload my feelings though, and this bristle stranger would have to deal with them. I hate bearing witness to tragedy. I hate being unable to do anything. I hate that my hands are tied and I'm told that this is just how it is. It feels similar to my human life. He pondered this for the same time and scratched his chin. To my surprise, he perched on the dust crate and the cat leapt from my shoulder onto his head. How so? Well, today I had my first reaping and I had to take a little boy to heaven. Isn't it good he went to heaven? Yes, but he shouldn't have died in the first place. I wanted to punish the horrible people who did that to him. But I can't and I hate it. Sorry for unloading this all on you. It's best you forget about that kind of thing. His brows were in earnest concern and something dark passed over his eyes. The stranger's words were spoken in an unexpectedly sage-like manner.
It won't do you any good to think about it. Go back to where you came from.
You mad close, You weighed me off. I can't. I died. I huffed at the man. He returned a frustrated sputter. Both of us had our hands on our hips while Mr. Kitty sat in the middle and looked at both of us. If anyone were to walk in, we would look utterly ridiculous.
I mean, just go back to your Reaper friends. Live like they tell you to. Don't ask too many questions.
The urgent tone piqued my curiosity. What had happened to this guy? What about you? Why are you here? Are you a Reaper? Human? I peered in his face, trying to get a read on him. He flinched and hopped off his seat, shoes thudding as he hissed crates.
I'm someone that you should forget about. Don't tell anyone about me. Please.
Even with the last bit, his cheeks still flushed pink. And he whipped around and waggled his fingers in what I presumed meant to be a threatening gesture. He poked his fingers with mine and he glared. No, pouted. I can't take him seriously, he's too cute. I mean it, I do, okay? Why not? My friends are nice. He squinted at me with a look that read, "Are you serious? How long have you been Reaper again?" It's like, I've been a Reaper a week. You met them only a week ago? Well, Kayam and the rest are really kind. He flinched once I said Kayam. Did they have bad blood? Look, I don't get along with Reapers. I know an angel too.
Damn, okay. I don't get along with anyone. So please, just let me be. You really are so nitpicky.
Freak alone. Am I really? Oh God, was I being like ARIES? I need to spend less time around him. I guess this is my cue to leave this guy and his cat to the alley. I think he should be grateful to have a visitor, though it seems lonely here. Alright, it was nice to meet you,
Lucian.
Lucian. Someone so on guard he revealed that too easily. It must be a fake name. Not that there's any point arguing with him. Lucian, I'm Miao. Kurt's eyed, and he shuffled his foot awkwardly, unsure whether to return the gesture or not. He decided against it and settled for a friendly nod. We had come a long way from yelling at each other in just one meeting. Be careful. I'll do my best. See you, Lucian and Mr. Kitty. Bent down for one last scratch and decided to meander back to work before they noticed my absence.
What do you mean, see you? Hey, come back! Or don't. No, don't come back.
Just as I was about to call him, he rang my phone. Speak of the devil. Oh, Reaper. Valfar, are you alright? Sorry for keeping you waiting so long. I was called away urgently to take care of something, but I can't seem to find you. Oh, I had gone out for a walk. I'll be right back. Oh no, will I get in trouble? They'll let me have lunch even if I get in trouble, right? Despite the flutter of excitement in my tummy from meeting a new person, my appetite had returned. With a lot to think about and a new secret in my heart, I hurried back to work in hopes that there would be food left for me. So, that was the first time you'd gone out on your own. I was not good at keeping secrets. I was sweating like a sinner in church. Thankfully not literally, but I might as well have been soaked in sweat. Fortunately, these damn men were shrewd, perspective to a fault. Nari, a twitch of my finger nor a jerk of my leg went unnoticed. I decided to sit on my hands, which perhaps only made it worse. I wanted some fresh air. By the time I had returned to the office, caught up with Valfar, and submitted my report, technology was still more difficult than expected. It had been time returned. Others were quite shocked that I had been my excursion, considering how nervous I had been since my arrival, and I had been fielding the questions until now.
You went quite a way for fresh air.
I needed a lot of fresh air.
Or was he inquisitive? I was sitting in the armchair, which made it easier for the men to interrogate me from either side. Despite sitting on the most lush cushions, their evil eyes made me squirm uncomfortably. I was pretty caught up in their trap. I couldn't bear to look at them. But that would only make me appear all more guilty. Something happened while you were gone? You should have called one of us to go with you. I don't want to keep bothering you all. I looked around seeking a lifeline and Valfar came to my rescue. Though he quirked an exquisite eyebrow, he mercifully did not question me further. Sorry, as none of the wiser to my dilemma, lost in thoughts as usual. I'm sorry, your first reaping was under such a sad circumstance. It is my responsibility to ease you into life, and I failed you. Don't be ridiculous, she has to know what it's like. Boris is right, as much as I hate to say it. Excuse me, what's wrong with admitting I'm right? His eyes bored into the top of my skull and I cleared my throat before continuing and successfully ignoring his offended scoff. You didn't fail me. Cyrus shook his head and pursed his lip in a rare show of reproach. There's no point in throwing her to the fire. Well, Aureus threw me to the fire the first day. I grinned at him and Aureus rolled his eyes. His eyes were going to get stuck like that one day.
For the last time, I was not sending you to hell. Let it go.
I stuck my tongue out at him. Forgive me. I'd seen you run past me, but I wasn't able to come find your way. No, sire, I was being silly.
You must have been really shaken.
The first reaping isn't easy, and I took her for a particularly difficult one. While he was always so resolute, he slumped his head against his hand and sighed heavily. As usual, repose slipped into something a little more vulnerable. Even someone like Velfar could be tired, and it was my fault. In any case, it was a learning experience. I figured you would be the best partner to have her first time. I still believe in that. Miao, not all deaths are sad. Really? There are many people who are content to die. Welcome it, even after a long and fulfilling life. Those are the best. The best deaths? Of course, some of those happy people also go to hell. Bad people also die happy. He pointed this out quite fondly. Zafin reached over and shook him, and poor Angel was left bewildered. Sire. And you call me tactless. Sire. While they scolded him, I bursted out into laughter. I doubled over and couldn't stop giggling. Tears of mirth fell from my eyes. I didn't have to look to see that they thought that I'd gone mad. Perhaps I had. Sire's innocent bluntness was just what I needed to relieve the coil of stress that weighed down on my gut. What did I say? Zafin joined in my chuckles in the room filled with laughter even from Aureus. Bad people die happy, but they go to hell right after. I do not understand. Why are you all laughing? You're cute, sire. Sire beamed. He's not cute, he's just stupid. No, don't need to be sour. Are you jealous? Shut up. Well then, if you're gonna be so immature, I won't talk to you. Anyways, Valfar, what did you have to go and do? I realize I haven't been able to ask you yet. I cut off ARIES before you could return. It felt good. I had to call him for a favor. What was the favor for?
My, you're quite tenacious.
Oh, thank you. I put a hand on my cheek, pleased by his compliment. That means you need to mind your own business. Oh. Now, ARIES. Nothing so secretive, I just think today isn't a good time to tell you, that is all. Oh yeah, she'll be fighting if you tell her about the malevolence. Sire. My word, you cannot keep a secret in the world. He is a pure boy, leave him alone. Thank you, sire. Aisha whispered and winked at him and he flushed happily. Obviously, Belith to the glares pointed his way. What are the malevolence? Caleb shared a look with each other. Took a sip from glass. I noted it was purple drink today, and finally looked back at me. I should give you the short of it. What that do? Yes, please. I think maybe I should call it a night. I'm like EP and I'm twisting up the words. I know if I pick this back up tomorrow, I think it'll probably be a short stream because this is chapter 3 question mark, and then chapter 4 is the last one on the end of it. I'm just getting really tired and I'm getting all confused with my words. My throat is kind of hurting a little bit. I think I need to take it a little bit easy. So I'm gonna save it. And then if I can, I'll pick it up tomorrow. Oh, I'll do it on Thursday. It'll be, if I do it on Thursday, then it's gonna be a really early stream. And then just so I can relax afterwards and just unwind. But I do want to get back to streaming more. Work's been killing me. Yeah, work's been killing me. I've been tired. I've been drawing. I should probably draw more on stream. I would like to show like the process of me getting better and stuff like that. It'd be a nice way. But I'm kind of excited to finish or going through ARIES' route for this time of the demo. It was the first time I went through Calm's route, and I really liked it, but it really fucked me up towards the end, but in a positive way. I really like this game. It was really good. It's really good. I hope others can enjoy it. I do see some people are like, ooh, hot boys. So I hope others can join it. If you guys want the game, I have it in the description, and I also have it in the comments. No, in the chat. So you can go and add it to wish list and play the demo, and then choose whatever board that you like. So for the demo, I think I might go, depending how ARIES' route ends, I'll choose either between them into going into the main story. But yeah, let me see. Oh my god, I'm tiny over here. Let me boom myself. Where did I forgot where I put everything over here. Let me see. There we go. There we go. Made myself a little bit bigger. But yeah, I really enjoy this game. Like, I'm playing it the second time. Like, yeah, it has to tell you so. I played it the second time. It's a honestly great game. It really is an amazing game. Let me see. Let me see if I can put them. There you go. I'll put like the, yeah, there we go. I'll put the background music. But Otsumomo! This was a really late stream. It's really about to be 3 a.m. for me. I am tired. My throat is killing me. Allergies are acting up. My kitties are ready for me to go to bed. But yes, if I have time, I will pick it up. What's tomorrow? Maybe tomorrow, depending. Maybe tomorrow. It might be a short stream if I do. Either that, if I pick it up on Thursday, it's still going to be a short stream since we're already like halfway. I want to say we're halfway through with chapter 3, and then chapter 4 is the last thing, and I'll be ready for March 27th for going through like the story. I'm kind of excited. Oh, I hope we can hear Felix's and I forgot what character. Let me look it up real quick. It's Felix's and then Auster? Yeah. Auster? Those are the two that I'm looking for, but so I like all so far I do like all the guys, but those are characters that have not been voiced in the demo, so I'm super excited. But yeah, but if you like visual novels and Ultimate games, I'm the person to I guess watch. Recently I played Reanimal with Cherry. She's a good friend of mine. I usually have her on my channel I have her coming to my channel for quite some time. And then I have Taro. Usually we will play some type of random game. Along with Elmo. Usually Elmo and Taro join me in some type of crazy collab. But usually normal streams for myself, like solo streams, I'll usually play like visual novels. I need to get back to Fate's Stay Night, and then I need to finish The Fruit of Grizia. You watching Taro? Taro, what are you doing up? What are you doing up? You heard your name. It was like, damn, I summoned you. Like Slenderman. But yeah, I play visual novels, Ultimate games, I just got you. You were summoned. But yeah, but maybe I should get back to finishing Amnesia. I think I was already almost finished with Tomo's route. And I do want to play, what is it? What was it? What was it? It was another Ultimate game. I have, Pretend Lovers. I have that one. I haven't finished it. But I also have... it's something, what is it called? Charade Maniacs. That one is a good one. That one's, I feel like it's like, I would say Danganronpa-esque, but if it was an Ultimate game, which is crazy to say. But I think that was a good one. I had the characters are they're so hot. But yeah, I have a lot of Ultimate games backlog. It's insane. It just added up on more VNs and stuff. Lots of backlog. But I want people to get more into VNs, more Ultimate games. I'm not really, I wouldn't say I'm much of a gamer, to be honest. I just sit and read. But I'd like to get more good at gaming. Like, maybe I'll start up Little Nightmares sometime soon. We'll see how Little Nightmares, I still want to, okay, that's a lie. I'm a little bit of a gamer. We were playing Code Vein 2, I need to hop back on. Sometime, maybe eventually, I'll go back on, beat the boss stage before I, like, cry for 5 hours just to finish it. I know there was an update for it because it was a little bit, wonky. Hey, I am. Let me wrap things up, buddy. Let me wrap things up. But yeah, I'll eventually go back to Code Vein 2 because I really like the story. I really like the characters. Everything about the game is pretty good. I told Cherry, I was like, hey, we should parallel play Liza P once they get their stuff set up so we can suffer together. And yep. Many things happening in the future. It's a doggo. And then Taro, we gotta set something up soon. I don't know what, but soon. But yeah, I'm gonna take it easy. As always, streams are always random. I never know how long they usually are. I usually like to try to push through with 4 or maybe 5. I feel like it's a good length for me at least. But I think this is a good stopping point because my throat is killing me. I am dying. I had blood taken from me. I'm tired. I freaked out. Had almost a panic attack. Getting my blood drawn, even it wasn't that deep. I was just scared. I have piercings, as you can tell. I have piercings, and then I have a tongue piercing. Oh, you can't see it that clearly, but yeah, I have a tongue piercing. I still got freaked out over a needle. Okay, that's different. It's different from those needles. Okay, man, those things are thin. But yeah, that's it for me tonight. Otsumama. Hopefully, somewhat earlier stream. Maybe I'll start around 8, and hopefully to finish around like 2 to 3 hours. Just so I can get some rest because I have not been getting good rest and I need the rest. Sleep schedule is ruined when I sleep. I'm tired. Anyways, love Kayam, best boy in my, because I'm biased because I like glasses. He's just good looking in my opinion. But ARIES now, he's been rubbing off of me. He's been rubbing off his little Sundra act. It's rubbing off on me. Yeah, my mask is at heart. Alright, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. Any VOD watchers, I hope you can watch this and enjoy the game yourself. Like I said, the game is in the description, and then yeah, check it out. The creators worked really hard on it. Rose Milk Studio, shout out to them. And then I believe it was Kohi that sent me the link, or not the link, yeah, Kohi was the one that sent me the code for the early access for March 27th. So I'll be streaming on that day so we can dive right on in to KM's route and hopefully suffer with our childhood friend eventually. Alright, I'm excited to see Auster and Felix. Those are one of my favorite voice actors that are voicing those characters, so I hope you can check them out. They're really, actually all of them are fantastic voice actors, so check all of them out. I should probably put Rosemilk Studios account on the description, so I'll go ahead and do that so you can check them out, check their updates and everything. But yeah, hope you like this stream. I hope this gets you into the game and many other Ultimate games, because there are different types of Ultimate games. They're like thriller, the psychological ones. They're just not like pure fluff. And unless you like the fluff, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Fluff it's amazing, especially if you're like, I'm a yearner. But yeah, anyways, yeah, check them out. Games in the description. And that is for me. That is it for me. Snowball is calling my name. My poor kitty cat. It's calling me to go to bed. But that is it for me. Otome, thank you. Current watchers, thank you. Lurkers, thank you. VOD watchers, I appreciate any type of support. As always, I'm just Miao. And I'm just doing this for fun. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye bye, Otome. Good morning, good night, good evening. Just try to get proper rest, unlike me. Okay, bye bye.